The Total Media Sports Network presents Raceland Rams football. Now let's go to the stadium for the pregame show and the voice of the Raceland Rams, James Collier.
And a pleasant good evening from the mountains here at Hambly as we get you set for a super showdown in Class Single A football. It's the Raceland Rams on the road against the Pikeville Panthers. Good evening, everyone. Welcome into the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth here on Countdown to Kickoff on the Total Media Sports Network. Happy to have everyone along with us here, whether you're tuned in back at home or listening a little bit later on. But either way, this one should be a phenomenal matchup as these two teams lock horns, both celebrating their 100th anniversary. And it should be one for the ages. Both are coming off of wins. Pikeville, a big win over Cabell Midland last week. Raceland with a hearty win over PRP. The question is, which one comes out of here with the victory later tonight? We'll step out for a break. We'll come back and set the scene. We'll meet our starting lineups, talk with head coach Mike Sammons, and get you ready for kickoff as we get you set for Raceland and Pikeville here in a Class Single A showdown as we continue our coverage on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is, and that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Of course, it was fun talking with the guys, just getting them to kind of relax and have a good time. I thought Isaac Horsley was absolutely a beast. He was in his element. He may have a future in broadcasting at some point, to say the least. Fireworks going off to our right. That's the end zone that goes down next to the creek. Both teams celebrating year number 100. And a big one here tonight as the Rams look to move to 3-0 on their young season. Our scoreboard ticker across the bottom of your screen will keep you up to date with all of the scores that are happening throughout the area. One game already final. That was last night. Lawrence County holding off Ashland 24-21 in the second quarter. Portsmouth leading Greenup 14-9. Again, if you have scores that we do not have, be certain to pass those along to us. We'll be more than happy to get those on the bottom of the screen as we flow through. Seth Morris will kick it off. He'll have two backs to return. Cole Sloan will be the near side return man. And back on the other side is Jackson Castle. Morris, a left-footed kicker, hangs this one high, coming near sideline, and it is fielded at the 5 by Sloan. Sloan bottled up by Max Burton, and Burton wrestles him down as he crosses across the 20. But a good kick by Morris as he pinned him on the 5-yard line. And Pikeville will have the football at the 22-yard line to start things off with their first offensive possession. J.J. Reynolds, the junior, he'll bring his team out on the field. They'll start it on the near side hash mark on a beautiful turf surface that they put in a couple of years ago with a big Pikeville P right in the center. Pikeville on one end, Panthers on the other in the maroon. And we got one player that's already has to go off. They're putting Logan Lockwood off, saying that he doesn't have, I saw the official report, it says he doesn't have knee pads in. So Mike Sammons is pleading his case. So Logan Lockwood will have to go to the sideline. That's a big loss in the middle of that linebacking unit. So Aiden Bell will get the start, the freshman at middle linebacker. Here's Reynolds on first down and 10. A deep man in motion. That's Hagar. The take, the give. They give it off to their big fullback. He'll roll off of left tackle. That was Jeremiah Anderson with the carry. And a good move on first down for the Panthers. Anderson crosses out to the 26, to make it the 27-yard line. A gain of 5. Makes it second down and 5. Anderson only his second carry this season. He was 1 for 7 in his only touch this year. Reynolds has thrown for 331 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They pitch this one off to Justice, who comes around the edge, and he gets upended as Jonah Arnett comes downhill. He'll get across the 30. Let's see if they put him in 31-32, like they're going to put him at the 32. That's enough to move the sticks and a Panthers first down. Raceland defensively giving up just under 11 first downs on the season. 1 minute gone here in the opening period. The smoke starting to drift its way down the Pikeville sideline. Logan Lockwood is back in the ballgame now for the Rams after having to go off for the knee pads. 2 receivers to the boundary right, 1 to the left with an H-back of Anderson. He'll go in motion. Reynolds barks forward on first down. He'll pitch it out near side to Justice, trying to find a crease. Brody Brumfield gets downhill. Justice powers through it, and he'll pick up a couple after contact. And a nice carry on first down for the tailback. They'll take him out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. And it's no secret, both of these teams will try to establish the run. That's what they want to do. So far, everything for Pikeville has been coming to this near sideline. Hagar comes out to the boundary right, 2 receivers to the left. Now they'll move a man. That's Harrison Fields. An attached tight end of Anderson. Double barrel shotgun look for Reynolds on second down. The play action as he rolls out left, wanting to throw. He'll go down the middle of the field, has that one tipped, and it's nearly intercepted. He was looking for Harrison Fields across the middle. Landon Goodall swats it away. Jonah Arnett was on the backside there, was trying to haul in the interception along with Max Burton. It's third down. Clock resting, 10:23 to play here in the opening frame. Raceland defensively, 39% on third down conversion attempts, 9 of 23. They were solid last week in that win over PRP. Reynolds on 3rd and 4 from the near side hash. An H-back, he'll flush him out. That's Burgett. They want to sling it out to him. They've got their man there. Shanna Marucci comes downhill and nearly saws him in half. And it's a loss on the play, and it's 4th down. Almost the same play that Marucci made against Ashland. They'll take him behind the 35 back to the 34-yard line. That's a loss of 4. And a punting situation coming up as the Rams defense holds strong here to open things up. Jonah Arnett stands back on his own 35-yard line as Steven Santes will kick it away. High snap, no rush whatsoever. He hangs this one high on a wobbly kick. Fair catch called for by Arnett. He'll take it inside his 35, and the Rams will have the football for the first time in the contest. So out, we'll put it at the 33-yard line. No return, so a 33-yard kick. 9:29 to play here in the opening quarter. And the Rams bring out the offense, led by the junior of Jake Waller. He'll start with Landon Stiltner in the backfield. I was talking with Coach Sammons this week, and he said, you know, the first week ran the football 50 times. Last week, their main guys had the ball 6 times. Now we got movement by both sides pointing. And the Rams will get called for the false start. So behind the sticks, the Rams go. Raceland has not been penalized much this season, only twice for 25 total yards. But they'll play behind the sticks on their first possession and find themselves 1st and 15. Here's a handoff to Stiltner, a big hole right up the gut. He'll spin over the man that goes low on him and get back across the line of scrimmage. They'll take him out to the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 4, so almost got the penalty back. It's 2nd and 11. Stiltner, 16 carries for 130 on the season, 2 touchdowns. He had 1 last week on a 4-yard tote. Far side hash mark, 2 receivers wide, 1 high safety. Pikeville showing blitz. Waller rolling out, wanting to throw. Comes near side. Eli Evans makes the catch. Shimmy shake at the 40. Gets gang tackled out of bounds as Harrison Fields finishes him up. But it'll be third down and manageable coming up. Evans had a touchdown catch last week. That was 2 catches for 38 total. He had 1 catch in the Ashland game, a 35-yard touchdown last week. Third down and 2 for the Rams. 9 minutes and 3 seconds on a rested clock. The Rams will bunch it up and they'll go in the T formation. They give it off to Marucci. The big bull goes right up the gut, and he gets stonewalled. Jeremiah Anderson leading the surge. It's fourth down. A lot of big bodies in there trying to make the push. So no gain on the play. It's after the 42, so a gain of 1. It's fourth down and 1. And let's see if the Rams will elect to go for it. They've attempted 3 fourth down tries this season. They've converted on 2 of those. The big bodies up front. They'll give it off again. Marucci tries to go off right guard, and he's stonewalled, and I don't think he got it. It's going to depend on the spot of the football, and we may have a measurement here early. Our white hat is looking, and we're going to have a measurement. It looks like the nose of the football is just shy of the 43, which is where the sticks are sitting. But they will bring the sticks on to make the measurement, and Keith Henry will have his first big decision in this one. So the chain gang rushing out. It's either going to be first down by a mere inch or a fourth down turnover, and the Panthers are going to have the football at the Rams' 42. And it's short by a good margin. So Marucci does not move the sticks. The Rams turn it over on downs, and the Panthers will get the football back at the Rams' 42-yard line. So on the near side hash mark closest to their bench, the Panthers will take over in a scoreless affair with 8:18 to play here in the first frame. One score already going. East Carter jumps out to an early 9-0 lead over Boyd County. Ready to go, and the chain gang hasn't made it off the field yet. So J.J. Reynolds, junior quarterback. Near side hash mark. Rams defensively make a third down stop to get the football and then fail on a fourth down conversion, and the Panthers will take their second offensive series inside of Raceland territory. Reynolds puts a man in motion. Delayed handoff, giving it to Justice. He's caught by David Alex Headley in the backfield. He'll spin him forward, and he might get back to the line of scrimmage. But Headley, a good surge off that edge. They'll push it out just to the 41. Gain of 1 second and 9. Still scoreless here as we go inside of 8 minutes. Ball right between the hash marks. Working toward the treetops, so in the mountain here at Hambly. Twin set. They'll put a man in the backfield. That's Jackson Castle. Low snap. Reynolds wants to throw. Zips this one across the middle. Has his man there. He makes the catch. That's Harrison Fields. He's wrestled down immediately by Landon Goodall. It'll bring up third down. We'll take him down to the 36-yard line. A gain of 5 makes it third down and 4. Reynolds comes to the near sideline. Has a quick word with his head coach, Chris McNamee, who has been so successful here in Pikeville. Both of these head coaches have a lot of respect for each other. Their teams have kind of come through the trials and tribulations a lot the same way. Big third down opportunity here. Reynolds calls his own number, gets bottled up, and Headley falls on top of him. In there also was Brody Brumfield, and it's going to be fourth down. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, so it makes it 4th down and 4 for the Panthers. 6:30 to go, scoreless. Russell leading West Carter now 7-0. That game over in Olive Hill tonight. Greenup trailing Portsmouth 14-9 at the half. Lawrence took one last night over Ashland, 24-21 up in Louisa. The Panthers with the play clock down inside of 10 as they break the huddle. Mikey Hagar in the left pocket of Reynolds. They're going to have to hustle to get this one off. Trips to the right. Hagar goes in motion, and that's a delay of game. Did they get the timeout first? They did. So Chris McNamee does get the timeout. So a big opportunity here coming up for the Panthers, just as the Rams had. So both teams are going to have 4th down opportunities here. And we'll see what happens if they decide to go for it or if they try to punt it away and punch them or put them really deep. So 5:55 here in the first. Still scoreless. Pikeville burns its first timeout of the half. And they will bring the offense back onto the field. Facing 4th down and 4 from the 36. They need the 30, right in between the 33-32. Rams with 3-man across the line. Reynolds trying to get the edge, jumps through and gets wrestled by Alex Headley. Also in there was Chris Spradlin. It's a turnover on downs, and the Rams hold strong with the defensive unit. He'll get a gain of a yard down to the 35, but the Rams defense bends but doesn't break, and they get the football back to the offense with 5:46 to play here in the opening frame. So the Rams offense came out with a couple of runs and not a lot to show for it. 5 total yards on 3 carries. Waller with the 1 throw for 9. They got behind the sticks on their first snap of the contest. Marucci in the backfield with Waller and a 3 wide receiver set to the right. They give it off to Marucci. Marucci knifing his way right up the gut. He gets wrestled down underneath by Caden Thacker. Good run there on first down for the Rams. That's something Coach talked about in the Ashland game was they were bad on first down. You can't get behind the sticks or playing 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9. A really good run there by Marucci as he picks up 4 second down 6. You can't stay behind the sticks and be successful. Still in this near side hash mark. Jonah Arnett in the backfield now, an H-back of Marucci. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Showing blitz are the Panthers. Waller rolling out to the right, surveying, looking downfield, being chased. He'll zip this one across the way. He was looking for Parker Ison, but he throws it low. It's incomplete. And it brings up 3rd down as the clock rests with 4:57 to play here in the opening frame. Third down and 6 from their own 39-yard line. So far, both teams have amassed a grand total of 37 yards. 18 for the Rams, 19 for Pikeville. Waller and Marucci in the backfield. It'll be Davidson, Arnett, and Ison to the wide side right. Waller with a clean pocket, steps up. He'll take off looking right, zips this one out to his man, Ison, who makes a comeback route. Ison slips a tackle across midfield and then puts the football on the turf. Raceland scrambling for it, and I don't know if they got it back. Eli Evans falls on the football, and a dangerous moment there for the Rams. So they make the run out to the 45, and then the fumble is recovered by the Rams down at the Pikeville 40. So a total of 21 yards on the play. And it's first down and 10 on a Johnson Chiropractic first down for the Rams. Here's a handoff to Arnett. Arnett slips off right tackle and spins forward for a couple. Three-yard gain for the junior, who's just listed as an athlete. He doesn't really have a true position. He plays a little bit everywhere on the field. Far side hash mark for the Rams. Inside of 4 minutes to play in a quick-moving first quarter of play. Rams have it all bunched up as they'll go in the T formation. Waller goes under center. He'll give it off to Stiltner. Stiltner, a little shimmy shake as he works off to the right side, crossing the 35. It'll bring up third down and short for the Rams. Take him down to the 33-yard line on a gain of 4. 3rd and 3 for the Raceland Rams, who are 1 and 2 on third down tries. Clock ticking across the 3-minute mark as the Rams will stay in the T formation. Waller takes the snap, wants to throw, fires it out to the far sideline. He's got Jonah Arnett, who makes the catch at the 15, steps across the line at the 10, cuts back inside and makes reservations for 6. Touchdown, Raceland. Jake Waller throws his 5th touchdown pass of the season, and the Raceland Rams jump out in front at 6-0 with 2:50 to play in the opening quarter. So Waller out for the extra point attempt. He's 5 of 5 on the season. Parker Eisen to set it down. The long snapper is Scout Wilkes. Rams with that swinging gait. Great drive there by the Raceland Rams after getting a defensive stop. And they march it right down the field. Snap is back, ball is down, kick is up, and that one splits the upright. 7-0 Raceland. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is, and that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
7 plays, 65 yards, 2 minutes, 55 seconds. And Jake Waller connects with Jonah Arnett on a 33-yard touchdown strike. 7-0 Rams lead it here. 2:50 to play in the opening frame. So we welcome you back to the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth. James Carter, happy to have you along with us here on a beautiful night here in Pikeville. Seth Morris out to kick this one away on the near side hash mark at the 40. Left-footed kicker booms this one down the near sideline. Sloan will take it at his own 7. Coming back at the 20, cuts back upfield and gets ridden down there by Max Burton. So a nice return as they'll get it out near almost the same spot they had their first possession of the ball game. And they may put him right at the 30-yard line. Man, now they're going to move him back to the 29. So a good start for the Rams after both teams kind of traded for positions, and The defense stood tall. Now the offense gets it in. Now another opportunity for the Panthers. Reynolds on 1st and 10. The low snap, wants to throw, brings it out near side Hagar. Hagar spins and gets hammered from behind by Alex Headley. Brody Brumfield was low on the play. It's 2nd down and long. They'll take him out to the 32, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Hager, 7 catches, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns on the young season. A senior. Knows a little bit about the success that this program has had. Play clock's at 10. They're still in the huddles. They just now break the huddle. Justice in the backfield in the right pocket. They'll pitch it out to Justice on a stretch play, and he gets hammered on the near sideline. Logan Lockwood leading the surge. Chris Spradlin and Landon Goodall playing downhill. It's 3rd down and long coming up for the Panthers. A gain of 1 out to the 33, 3rd and 6. Pikeville 0 for 2 on 3rd down tries tonight. East Carter leads Boyd 15-0 over in Cannonsburg tonight. Good start for the Raiders, trying to spoil the Lions' home opener. That game's still in the first quarter, by the way. 3rd and 6, ticking close to a minute left to go. 2 receivers left, 1 right. That's the boundary. Reynolds, play action, loses the football. It's on the turf. He'll dive on it. He'll get it back inside his 30. But it'll be a loss back to the 28. And the Rams defense standing tall there. And they'll have to punt the football away now. Make it back to the 28. Hanging high kick as Arnett takes it inside his own 40 out to the 42 with no return and 24 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Now they'll put him out at the 43. Stay tuned with us at the half this evening as it's the halftime show brought to you in part by the Glockner of Ashland Auto Group, where you can find your best selection of Chryslers, Dodge, and Jeeps, cars and trucks, located on Greenup Avenue. Check them out at glocknerofashland.com. Boyd County's gotten on the board. They now trail 15-7. 7-0 our score here. Rams will start it right between the hash marks from their own 43 with 24 ticks to go in the first frame. Stiltner starting the left pocket in a twin set for Waller. And before the ball gets away, we get a delay of game on the Rams. So the second time the Rams have started a drive behind the sticks. A false start on their first one and then a delay of game here. Waller swings it out near side. That's Charlie Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof makes a man miss at the 40. Penalty marker flies. And let's see what we get on the backside of it as Vanderhoof gets some really good yardage back to about the line of scrimmage. But it should be, I believe, probably going to be a hold. Now the question is what the Panthers are going to make Raceland do, and I believe they'll just take the penalty and make them replay the down. Illegal block on the back. So it's from the spot of the foul. So it's a 2-yard gain. And then a penalty marker on the Rams. And a 10-yard penalty takes them back to the 30-yard line and makes it 1st and 23. And we may end the first quarter on that note, as the Rams do not have to snap it, and they will not. We've played one here at Hambly. Rams lead at 7-0. Quarter 2 when we return after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Since 1932.
Inside of 10 to play, Rams tried to take a 2-score lead. They'll go back into the T formation as Waller crawls up under his center, Carson Bowden, the senior. Little counter play. They give this one off to Alex Headley. Headley makes a man miss, still trying to get free. Gets off to the 10. Penalty marker flies as he gets taken out of bounds. And we'll see what the call is. Typically from that direction, you're going to get a hold. Headley's first carry of the season. And let's see what we get from the play. It's going to be against the Rams, and it is a hold. They'll actually call an illegal block in the back. So move it back to the 16. And now second down and 11. 5 penalties, 32 yards for Raceland. Nada for Pikeville thus far. Clock winds, 9:30 to go in the opening half. Raceland leading 7-0. They go back to the T formation. The take, the give off to Arnett. Arnett finds a hole off the left side, slips forward, and gets spun down by Colin Wright, the linebacker for the Panthers. They'll take him down, looks like right at the 10. A gain of 6, make it 3rd and 5. Raceland 2 of 3 on third down tries tonight. 40% on the season, sitting at 6 and 15 coming into this event. Trying to add to their 7-0 lead. Well in field goal range for Jake Waller, but they would love 7 here. They'll go empty. An attached tight end. A man goes in motion. That's Arnett. He'll come to the near side. Waller wants to throw. Looking back left. He's got a man wide open in the end zone on the far sideline. That's Shana Marushi. Touchdown, Raceland. 10-yard strike from Waller to Marushi. And the Rams add to their lead with 8:31 to play and a half. It's 13-0. Perfectly executed play. They ran everybody right and came back left. And Waller tosses his second touchdown of the night. He's 8 of 9 in the event. So Waller out for the extra point. Parker Ison to put it down. Scout Wilkes the snap. The kick. It's up. And it's good. 14-0 Raceland. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Borders Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewis, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkeley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Now the Rams, another long sustained drive. 8 plays, 57 yards, 3 minutes, 53 seconds. And a 10-yard strike from Jake Waller to Shanna Marushi. Waller's second touchdown pass of the contest. And with 8:31 to go in the half, the Rams are in front 14-0. Morris hangs this one off the side and kicks this one out of bounds. Never had a chance of keeping that one in, so it'll go to the 35-yard line for the Panthers, who trail it here at home. Stay tuned with us for the Glockner of Ashland halftime show. Coming up, we'll check all the scores and stats of this one. Scores from around the area. Don't forget, join me tomorrow morning right here on the Total Media Sports Network on 105.7 Hank FM for Across the Line. And we'll break down all of the games from around the area. And Major League Baseball, NCAA football, NFL week number 1. Lots of stuff to talk about tomorrow morning. Low snap, Reynolds sets his feet, fires it down the middle. That's Hagar, who makes a great catch as he goes across the 50 and gets it down to the Raceland 45. Bryson Rousey was running with him step for step, but an absolute dart thrown by Reynolds. And Pikeville picks up their first down of the ball game on a gain of 20. Excuse me, their second first down of the ball game. My mistake. Hager making his 8th catch of the season. Double barrel shotgun look for Reynolds on first down. They'll give it this one off to Justice. Justice surveys, rolls off the left side, and he gets stood up at the wall. Ball comes out at the end. Raceland thinks they have it, and they do. The Rams force the turnover. David Alex Headley makes the recovery. And the Rams are going to recover it. Back at the 43. So Alex Headley making the recovery. The Rams with a chance to put this one in major turmoil for the Panthers. Here's Stiltner on a stretch, trying to get it to the outside. Finds a crease on a nice block there from Marucci. Slips a tackle midfield and rolls across toward his bench. And a big carry there for a Johnson Chiropractic first down for the junior. They'll take him down to the 46 on a gain of 11 and a timeout requested. We got a player down for Pikeville on the far sideline. Well, we have a break in the action. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance needs, see Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. All red zone trips and first downs brought to you in part by our great friends at Johnson Chiropractic, Dr. Shannon Johnson. When muscle and joint pain slow you down, let Doc get your body realigned. Give him a call, 606-473-5151. Stay tuned at the half for the Glockner of Ashland halftime show for the best selection of Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep cars and trucks. Visit Glockner of Ashland, located on Greenup Avenue, or check them out online at glocknerofashland.com. And don't forget about the Johnson Chiropractic Player of the Game coming up in postgame coverage. Raceland 180 total yards of offense. Pikeville has been limited to only 40. The Rams lead it 14-0 with the football. East Carter and Boyd in a delay. They must have hit the weather that was moving that direction. We'll try to update some scores at the half. So 7:55 to play in the halftime period. A big one tonight, Belfry and Johnson Central. Need to try to get some score updates on that game if we get a chance. Other games, Fairview and Berea, Morgan County Harlan, Prestonsburg Hazard, Nicholas entertaining Lewis, Mason and Fleming, and West Carter and Russell. Check in for my good buddy Travis Skaggs and see what's going on with the Mason County game. $14-0 our score here. Raceland scoring on his last 2 drives. So far, the drives, Raceland turned it over on downs on their first one. Touchdowns on their last 2. 7 plays, 65 yards. 8 plays, 57. Pikeville's drives, 5 plays, a punt, 4 plays, a turnover on downs, 3 punts, 3 yards, and a punt, and then 2 plays and a fumble. And that's where we stand at the moment. I just saw something, flash photography across the way that we certainly don't want to see here tonight. So back out of the break. Raceland football, 1st and 10 from the Panther 46. Finger pointing again. Who moved? And And this is going to be against Pikeville, I believe. I can hear head coach Mike Sammons from across the way. He is not happy with what's being talked about. As I mentioned so far, Raceland in this ball game has been flagged 5 times. Pikeville's only 1, and that's with the penalty on the late hit out of bounds that led to a touchdown. This one will be against the defense, so make it 1st and 5 for the Rams. And they're going to put him to the sidelines. And a timeout requested by Raceland. 7:47 to play in the half. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
If you can picture yourself in a better job, then Peak.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
7:47 to play before halftime. Raceland leading this one 14-0 with the football. So we welcome you back here to the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth. It'll be 1st down and 5 for the Rams from the Panthers' 41-yard line. Stiltner and Marucci will flank in a double-barrel look for Waller. Waller wants to throw, zips this one out to Eisen. Eisen on the far sideline gets hammered out of bounds as Jaden Justice lays the lumber. It'll be just shy of the marker to gain. It'll be 2nd down coming up. They'll take him down to the 37-yard line, make it a gain of 4, 2nd down and 1. Waller 9 of 10 tonight for 130 yards. He's thrown a pair of touchdowns. His 5th and 6th of the season. One of those going to Jonah Arnett, the other one to Shannon Marucci. Waller with Arnett in his left pocket on 2nd and 1. The take to give to Arnett. He stutters steps, goes off left side, has 1st down yardage and more, and then gets gang tackled by a wall of maroon jerseys, but enough to move the sticks. And another Johnson Chiropractic 1st down for the Rams as they go down inside the 35 to the 34, I believe. And we got a player down. That's a Rams player that's down in front of their bench. And also a penalty marker on the field right at the feet of the player that's down that's injured. Injury timeout will step out as well. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Since 1932, we for being a part of our journey.
Jonah Arnett, the player that was helped off the field. It'll be 1st down and 10. The handoff to Stiltner. He breaks loose. He's across the 10. Into the end zone he goes for 6. Touchdown, Raceland. Landon Stiltner, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. This one from 34 yards out. And with 7:26 to play in the opening half, the Rams are pouring on. It's 20-0. So Jake Waller out for the extra point attempt. Kick is up. And it's true, 21-0, 7:26 to go in the half. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is. And that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Good drive by the Rams. Again, fourth place, 57 yards. Only 33 seconds they need to punch this one in the end zone. A 34-yard touchdown run from Landon Stildner. 6 carries for 65 on the night. And it's 21-0 Rams. Here's Sloan. Gets bottled up after crossing the 20. He'll go across the 25 out to the 30. And that's where Pikeville will have the football to start with just 7 and some change to go in the half and down 21 here at Hambly. Let's see where they're going to put him, at the 30 or 31. Nope, 32-yard line. Raceland, 221 total yards of offense, 130 through the air, 91 on the ground. Pikeville's totaled 40. Their drives, 2 punts, turnover on downs, and a fumble in the last time they had it. Reynolds will start with Justice in the backfield. Far side hash mark. Play action. Throws this one out. Has his man there of Burgett right in front of the Rams bench. He gets popped out of bounds after a little quick gainer. Let's see where they take him out. It's going to be shy of the 35. Looks like maybe a gain of 1 out to the 33. Second down, 9. Clock resting, 7:12 to go in the half. Here comes Jeremiah Anderson back in the ball game. Big fullback. Lawrence and Ashland played last night, folks. Ashland fell in that game 24-21. 21-0 here. Rams in front. 3 receivers wide to the left. Hand off to Anderson, and he gets stonewalled by Logan Lockwood in the backfield for a loss. The middle line, one of the inside linebackers, I should say, in that 3-4 defense, but the 185-pound senior comes in and picks up the tackle for loss, and it's 3rd and long. They'll take him back to the 32, and it's 3rd down and 10 coming up. Clock inside of 7 to play in the half for the Rams with an opportunity to get the stop and the ball back here, and they could go 2 for 1 as they will get the football to start the second half, leading 21-0 here on the road. Chris Bradlin comes off. Big Grant Sanders will go in there at nose. Play clock's at 7. Panthers trying to get set. Play clock's at 2. They take it at 1. They pump, looking near side, pressure coming off the edge. Here's Reynolds taking off. He'll get to the far sideline, cuts back upfield. He's across midfield. And a penalty marker flies on the backside as Bryson Toole takes him down after going out of bounds, and it's going to be 15 after the big run there from Reynolds. And a nice run by the junior quarterback is going to get an additional 15 with it. They're going to put him out at the 41-yard line. So a gain of 27, and then 15 on the backside of that against the Rams. So put it down at the 26. Far side hash mark. Goodall took it away at the 20. And let's see where they put the football down. They'll get him back out to the 26. So 6:02, the Rams forced their second turnover of the ball game. And with a 21-0 lead, the Rams will try to see if they can find the end zone again, starting from their own 26. Stiltner, Marucci in the backfield, near side hash mark. 3 hats across the line for the Panthers. To take the give on a stretch to the left side, Stiltner. Stiltner trying to find a crease. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be about it. And we got a Panther player down with a cramp, and Raceland's Jake Litteral jumps out there and tries to give him a hand. Clock stops with 5:51 to go before halftime. Really good job there. It was Colin Wright that bottled up Stiltner, not allowing him to cut upfield. Just been told that Belfry and Johnson Central is in a delay. Again, if you see any scores out there that you can pass along to me, certainly send those to me and we'll get them updated on the stream here. Boyd County and East Carter in a delay, 15-7. Raiders leading the Lions over in Cannonsburg. Johnson Central Belfry, I was told, was supposed to kick off about 7 minutes ago. Whether they got going or not, I don't know. Mason leading Fleming County 7-0. That game in the second quarter, excuse me. 2nd and 10 from the 26. Waller takes, gives it off to his tailback. Stiltner gets stonewalled as he goes right up the gut. Jeremiah Anderson and Gavin Coleman making the stop. And 3rd down and long coming up for the Rams. No gain on the play. 3rd and 10. Raceland tonight, 3 of 4 on 3rd down conversions. Clock will tick across the 5-minute mark on this play. Twin set for Waller. Marucci in his right hip. Arnett goes in motion from far side to near. Waller rolling back. Little screen pass, and it was looked toward the far sideline, toward Eli Evans. It was good that it was incomplete because it was going to go for a big loss. So to make 4th down and 10 coming up, and the Panthers defense gets a big stop when they need one here. And let's see if they can get the football back and go find some points. The Rams lead this one by 21. Mason has extended their lead now 14-0 over Fleming County. And we got a penalty marker and a false start on Raceland. Penalty markers have certainly been one-sided tonight. 6 for 37. 7 of 52 for Raceland, 2 of 20 for Pikeville. So they'll try it again. Hangs this one high, a tight spiraling kick by Waller, and it'll bounce out of bounds into the Rams sideline at the Panthers 45. So a good kick there by Waller. They'll get it at the 46, so a kick of 33 yards, no return. 4:57 to play in the half. Glockner of Ashland halftime show coming up at the break. We'll check all the scoring and stats of this one, scores from around the area, and get you ready for the second half of action. Rams trying to pick up only their 7th win in this series, the 21st all-time meetings for these two teams, celebrating their 100th anniversary in the same year. Back in 1926, Reynolds wants to throw. Flush from the pocket, rolling out. He's got a lane to run. Alex Headley will chase him out of bounds, and he'll get out near the marker to gain to move the sticks. Did he get it or no? They're going to say he stepped out back at the Raceland 47, so make it a gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Coach Sammons talked about that in the opening of that was something that they really had to worry about, is he had an opportunity. He could beat you with his feet. So the Rams 47 is where the ball sits. 4:50 on a rested clock here in the first half. Panthers driving, down 21. Reynolds gives it off on a delay play. Justice trying to get it to the outside, and Alex Headley has lived in the backfield of the Panthers tonight and gets him back near the midfield stripe at the 49. So take him back to the 49 on a loss of 2 and make it 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. They've converted only one third down try in the ball game. 4:20 and rolling here in the first half, and it has been pretty much all Rams. Here's Reynolds. They give it off to the man. Nope, they'll pull it and throw. They get it out to their man of Burgett, and Landon Goodall comes downhill and buries him into the turf. It's 4th down. Landon Goodall has had a phenomenal season in his senior campaign, as this one's going to go behind the line for a loss of 2, and the Rams will force another punt. So 4th down and 7. Panthers will be able to take this one inside of 3:30 before they kick it away. Jonah Arnett stands back on his 20. As Steven Santos will try to pin him deep. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining in the half. Low snap to Santos, no rush. End over end kick. Arnett gets away from this one. It will take a tumble and roll across the 21, and that's where it's going to come to a rest, as the Panthers will down it there by Quentin Warren. So from their own 21 on a kick of 30 yards, no return, 3:13 to go in the half with 2 timeouts remaining. And the Rams with an opportunity here again, as I mentioned, for a 2-for-1. But it has been the defense that has stood tall every single time they've needed to. A big home run there by Reynolds, and then the defense comes up big and forces the punt. 3 receivers wide to the left for Jake Waller with Marucci in his left pocket. The take to give to Marucci. Marucci comes off left edge. He's met right there by Gavin Coleman. He'll pick up a couple, maybe 3. It'll be 2nd down. They'll take him out to the 24. 2nd and 7. Inside of 3 we go. Raceland with 224 total yards of offense tonight, averaging 279 coming into the game. 153 on the ground, 126 through the air. They only threw for 3 yards in that win over Ashland. 236 by Waller last week. They'll go in a trips formation to the wide side left again. Play clock goes down to 5. Waller takes it on 3, gives it to Marucci. Marucci a dive off of left center. He'll get the 25. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Marucci 5 carries for 9 yards tonight. Stiltner toting the load, 8 for 65, including that 34-yard touchdown run. So we'll go inside of 2 minutes here. And Pikeville, with those 2 timeouts, will try to hang on to those in case they do get the stop here, and they can try to get the football back with around 90 seconds to play here before halftime. Wind swirling up here at the press box. Waller wants to throw, rolling out to the far sideline, looking downfield. Pulls it back, he'll take it and just run out of bounds into his bench. That will stop the clock with 1:37 left to go in the half, and gives Pikeville a free timeout. Let's see where he went out of bounds. Looks like at the 27, so a gain of 2. It makes it 4th down and 4. And Waller's going to have to kick with a stiff breeze into his face, as the Panthers will start 2 men back near midfield, just standing on their side of the midfield stripe. Sloan and Fields back to return for the Panthers. Waller with no pressure hangs a good one, and he buries this one deep. Going back and making the fair catch signal is Harrison Fields. But Waller will flip the field with a good kick, and the Panthers will have 92 seconds and 2 timeouts left to go before halftime to try to cut into this 21-point deficit. back to the 35-yard line of the Panthers, so a 38-yard kick, no return. J.J. Reynolds brings his crew out with the ball right between the hashes. The wind really starting to pick up for the first time tonight. Reynolds will start with Justice in the backfield. An H-back of Anderson. Play action, bringing it near side. That's out to Sloan. Sloan gets buried immediately by Marucci and Max Burton. Short gain on the play, second down. Take him across the 35 out to the 36 on a gain of 1. Second down, 9. Moves the ball to the near side hash mark for the Panthers. Pikeville only 3 first downs in the first half of play. Here's Reynolds. Wants to throw, flush from the pocket, rolling right, now coming back left, trying to find an angle to go, and he's going to be caught from behind and taken down by Logan Lockwood. The Rams inside linebacker stays in pursuit and takes him back. And they'll take him back to the 29 on a loss of 7. And we go to the final 30 seconds, and Pikeville may not snap the ball. They've got about a half a second in between the play clock and the game clock. They do not have to snap it if they do not want to, but they might take one final snap and take this one to the break. Break the huddle with 15 left to go in the first half. Reynolds looking toward the sideline, and Chris McNamee will take it at 3. It's just a dive play to Justice, and he gets hammered as he goes right up the gut by Christopher Spradlin and Alex Headley. Rams in front, 21-0 at the halftime show. Brought to you in part by Glockner of Ashland. When we return to Hambly after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is. And that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella.
Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar. Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Borders Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewis, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkeley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Halftime here at Hambly as we welcome you into the Glockner of Ashland Auto Group halftime show. 21-0, Raceland in front. Here's how things went down. Raceland found the end zone for the first time in the ball game with 2:50 to go in the first. After Jake Waller dropped a dime into Jonah Arnett, he made a nice move on the sideline to get the angle to the end zone. Extra point is true. 7-0. That's our score after one quarter of play. The Rams get back in the end zone in the second with 8:31 to play in the half as Shannon Marucci hauls in a pass from 10 yards out from Waller, his second touchdown of the evening. 14-0 Raceland. The Rams add to it just a little over a minute later after forcing a fumble, and Landon Stiltner finishes out the final 34 yards on the run. Extra point is true. 21-0 is our score at the half. Raceland in control here in this one after the first 24 minutes. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at our first half statistics, our drive summaries, and get you ready for the second half of action, as well as some other scores from around the area. That's as we continue our coverage here on the Glockner of Ashland Halftime Show on the Total Media Sports Network.
If you can picture Tucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting healthcare for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net. The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart Collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Since 1932, we've been a...
Back in the Glockner of Ashland halftime show here on the road with the Rams in front 21-0. Let's take a look at our first half numbers. For the Raceland Rams, 7 first downs, 4 through the air, 3 on the ground. They're 3 of 6 on third down conversions, 0 for 1 on fourth down try. That was on their first drive. 227 total yards of offense. They've gone through the air for 130. Jake Waller, 9 of 11 through the air this evening. 97 total yards on 18 totes. That's just over 5 a carry. They've been penalized 7 times for 52 yards. Raceland with the football for 11 minutes and 45 seconds. They've had 2 punts averaging 35.5 per kick. For Pikeville, 3 first downs in the first half. They're 1 of 6 on third down tries, 0 of 1 on fourth down tries. 64 total yards of offense, 24 through the air, 40 on the ground. 15 carries on those 40 carries, or 40 yards for just over 2.6 a carry. They've been penalized twice for 20 yards, 2 turnovers, both of those fumbles that have been lost. They've had the football for 10 minutes and 44 seconds, 3 punts, averaging 30.7 per kick. Individual numbers looks like this. Jake Waller, 9 of 11, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shannon Marucci, 5 carries for 9 yards. Landon Stiltner, 8 for 65, including the 34-yard touchdown run. Jake Waller, 1 for 2. Jonah Arnett, 4 for 21. Marucci, 1 catch for 10. It was a touchdown. Parker Eisen, 3 for 46. Jonah Arnett, 2 for 44. Eli Evans, 2 for 28. Charlie Vanderhoof, 1 for 2. J.J. Reynolds, 7 of 9 through the air for 24 yards. He leads the way with the rushing attack, 5 for 28. Jaden Justice, 7 carries for 13. Jeremiah Anderson, 2 for 4. And then Reynolds, 1 for -5, so put his at 6 carries for 23 total yards after the sack there on Lockwood. Hager, 1 catch for 3. Harriet Fields, 1 for 5. Sloan, 1 for 1. Burgett, 3 for -5. And then 1 long pass going to Hager. So he has 2 for 23 total here in the opening half of play. 21-0 our halftime score. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll continue our coverage here in the Glockner of Ashland halftime show on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is. And that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank. for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return,
refresh,
refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
A part of our journey.
Let's try that. Yeah, you lost audio because the goofball that's running the audio forgot to push the button to turn the audio back on. That's my mistake. Sorry, John Rowe. So ready to get the second half underway here. is the thing that I was talking about. The Raceland Rams trying to do something that they have never done in this series in the 21st all-time meeting. Hold Pikeville scoreless in a win. The only time that Pikeville has been held scoreless in this series came back in 1947. That was when the two teams played to a scoreless tie. Raceland looking for only its third win all-time in Pikeville. The first back in 1957. That was 28-6. The last coming here in 2023 in a 7-6 defensive stalwart. And since then, it's been kind of a lopsided affair favoring the Panthers. So we're ready for second half action of football here with Vanderhoof and Eisen deep. Eisen will let this one bounce, and it'll tumble out of bounds into the Pikeville bench, and the Rams will take over on their own 35. Is that a final? Lexington Catholic has toppled Boyle County 17-7. Shake-up coming in Class 4. 4A is going to be the craziest division of football this year by means. It is going to be something else to watch, to say the least. Here come the Rams right between the hash marks from their own 35. On the first play of scrimmage in the second half, they'll go in the T formation. Arnett, Marucci, Stiltner. They give this one off to Marucci on a dive right up the gut, and he'll pick up a couple. Second down and call it an 8 after a gain of 2. Ball stays right between the hash marks. Rams would love to execute a 4 or 5 minute drive here and just push this one completely out of reach with a score. They'll stay in that T formation again. They'll pitch this one out to Arnett on a sweep to the left. Arnett looking for a hole. Penalty marker flies. This one's coming back as they're going to get a hold on the Rams, which is nothing new. They've thrown them all night long. And Raceland will back it up and try it again. So make it 2nd and 18. As they'll push the ball back to the 27. Rams tonight, 8 penalties for 62 yards. Pikeville 2 for 20. Miraculously, the team that's been held scoreless is only got 2 penalties for 20 yards. Trips to the wide side right. Waller rolling out right, looking downfield, trying to find a man. He'll bring it near side to Parker Eisen. Eisen makes the catch, but he was out of bounds. It's incomplete. And it brings up 3rd down and long for the Rams. So make it 3rd down and 18. Raceland 3 of 6 on 3rd down tries tonight. Rams will be home next week, Hall of Fame weekend. Friday night against Mercer County. An 8 o'clock kickoff. We'll have all the action on Kool TV with our first live stream of the 2025 campaign. Pair of home games for the Rams. Newport Central Catholic the week after. Here's Waller, sets his feet, fires it across the middle. He's got Brigham Davidson who makes the catch. He gets back out across the original line of scrimmage. The Rams will not be able to move it any farther up the field. And it'll bring up 4th down. Kick. They'll take it at the 23-yard line. 40-yard kick, no return. 10:31 to play here in the 3rd. So a good stop for the Panthers defense out of the locker room. Now they need some offense to go with it. $21-0. Rams in front. They're on a sticky night in Pikeville. Reynolds from the gun. The take to give to Justice. And he goes nowhere. Chris Spradlin, the nose tackle senior, wrestles him down for a loss on the play. Second down and long. They'll take him back to the 22-yard line on a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Rams front have just been dominant tonight. Alex Hadley has been all over the field. He has lived in the backfield at times. So 2nd and 11, far side hash mark for Reynolds. 2 receivers to the wide side, or to the boundary right. Reynolds rolls that way, gets bottled up, and gets taken down. Guess who? Alex Hadley. He gets home again on a big loss. It goes back inside the 15, and it's 3rd down and long for the Panthers. They'll take him behind the 15 down to the 13-yard line on a loss of 9. And big Alex Hadley gets in there for the sack. Picks up his first sack of the season. So 3rd down and 20 from the 13. Panthers need the 33 to move the sticks. Reynolds moves a man out, wants to throw. Pressure coming off the edge, dumps this one across the middle, has his man there, but he's hit immediately. Harrison Fields hauls it in. Jonah Arnett swallows him up. 4th down. No gain on the play. So a quick 3 and out. So we go inside of 8.5 left to go here in the 3rd. And the Panthers will kick it away as Santos will kick his 4th punt of the night, with Arnett standing on the Panthers side of the 50, right at about the 45-yard line. High snap. He gets this one away. It's a wobbly kick toward the Rams sideline, and it'll take a Raceland bounce and be downed inside the 35 at the 34. So a 21-yard kick, no return, 8:12 to go here in the 3rd, and the Rams in front. 21-0. So the Rams, best starting field position of the night. An offset H-back with Marucci in the offset pistol. Excuse me, that's Stiltner. They take the give to Stiltner. Stiltner goes right up the gut. He gets tripped up as he gets to the hole off of left tackle. That was Gavin Coleman that got him around the feet. See what they give him on the gain. I think of a gain of 1. Down to the 33, 2nd down 9. Inside of 8 to play here in the 3rd. 21-0 Raceland. Trying to move to 3-0 on the season. Trying to do something they've never done in a winning effort. Shut out Pikeville. Double barrel look for Waller this time. He'll take it on 2nd down, and penalty marker flies from the near sideline. And we get a neutral zone infraction against the defense. So a 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd down 4. 3rd penalty on the Panthers for 25 total yards on the ball game. Waller stays in that double barrel look. Marucci to the right, Stiltner left. Counter play to Marucci, trying to bounce it to the outside, slips a tackle, gets across the 25 and down near the 20, and it'll move the sticks. And a Johnson Chiropractic 1st down, their 8th of the ball game. We'll take him down to the 21 on a gain of 7. So knocking on the Johnson Chiropractic orange zone door are the Ramblers. Marucci in the left hip pocket of Waller in the offset pistol. 2 receivers stacked wide to the right on the seams. Eli Evans all to the lone to the boundary left. The take to give. Marucci starts right, cuts back right up the gut, and he'll fall forward to the 20 on a gain of 1, second down 9. And we got a player down for Pikeville. So the drives in the ball game for the Rams, 4 plays, turnover on downs on their opening drive, 3 consecutive touchdowns after that, a 7-play 65-yard drive, 2:55 time of possession, 8 plays 57 yards, 3 minutes 53 time of possession, and then 4 plays 57 yards, 33 seconds it took to get in the end zone. And that's where it's been. Since then, 3 punts for the Rams, 9 total plays for 3 yards. But this drive here, getting ready to snap it on their fourth play of this drive, in which they got a nice stop on third down and then a wobbly kick out of bounds. It gives them great field position. For the Panthers, 4 punts, a turnover on downs, a fumble, and an interception, and the end of the quarter. A punt on their first drive, turnover on downs, punt, fumble, interception, punt, end of the quarter, and then 3 plays minus 10 to start the second half. So coming off the field is Keelan Mills, one of the defensive linemen, senior, holding his arm very close to his body, which typically indicates some sort of a shoulder injury. Never want to see a youngster get hurt, and certainly, hopefully it's nothing serious, and young man can bounce back. Back underway we go. 6:25 on the rested clock, an offset pistol look for Waller on 2nd and 9. The give to Stiltner. Stiltner sticks a foot in the turf, cuts back in the inside, sheds a tackle 5. He drives himself through and into the end zone for the second time of the night. Touchdown, Raceland. Landon Stiltner's second score of the evening as he slips a tackle at the 10 and goes to pay dirt, and the Rams are pouring it on. It's 27-0. Slippery Stiltner, as the junior tailback puts in his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And Waller out for the extra point. It's down, it's up, it is no good. Wide to the left. 27-0. Rams in front. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is. And that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Back at the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth, 27-0. Raceland in front. 4 plays, 34 yards, 1 minute, 54 seconds. And Landon Stiltner gets in the end zone for the second time tonight. Here's the return of Castle. He fumbles it at the 5, picks it up, and then gets gang tackled after crossing the 20, and he'll get it out to the 23. So 27-0 Rams after the extra point failed there by Waller. It's about the only thing that the Rams have not had go their way tonight, other than penalty marker flying everywhere. And we got another penalty marker on the field, and they're going to get this one against the Rams. Big shocker. So 15 on the Rams. So take it out to the 38-yard line, and that's where Pikeville will start. First down and 10. We'll start on the near side hash mark with 6:09 to play in a 3rd and down 27. Rams a touchdown and a 2-point conversion from putting a clock in motion. And if there's any doubt right now of who your top team in Class Single A is, the Rams are sending a message. They had the number 1 ranking in the first AP poll that came out this week. 12 of the 16 first-place votes went to the Rams. Reynolds empties the backfield, and that's a false start against Pikeville. Hager tried to get going forward and got going a little too quick, so 1st and 15. Lots of games tonight in lightning delays. We have stayed here to stay underway. We've had a lot of flash photography up in the mountains, but nothing that has slowed us down yet. So 1st and 15 for the Panthers. Reynolds rolling out, pressure coming off the edge. He reverts, goes right, turns back upfield. He'll slide. Brody Brumfield and Jackson King will run into each other, but he'll get out to the 34 and a gain of 1. Very shifty young man. He can make a lot of moves with his feet. Did a great job there of reversing field as it was Bryson Toole coming off the edge that forced him back that direction and back up the middle, and the 2 backers right there. Jackson King being the starting inside backer in the absence of Landon Bloss, who was injured during the Ashland game. Hope to have him back late part of the season if everything goes good. Portsmouth has defeated Greenup County 24-9 tonight. So the Trojans over the Musketeers as they fall in their 2nd consecutive. Here's a handoff to Justice. Justice dragging Headley as he drags him down finally before he gets out to the 40. He'll get out to the 39 on a gain of 5. It's 3rd down and long. He had a tiger by the tail, literally, as he grabbed a hold of Justice when he got about the 37-yard line and had his jersey, and it was stretching until it couldn't stretch anymore. Headley has played well here tonight. Grant Sanders back in as he goes into the nose tackle position. And before we get this one underway, see what we get here. So 3rd and 9 with 4:45 to go in the 3rd. And both teams being sent to the sideline. I'm wondering if the electricity that has been in the air for about the last 45 minutes to an hour has finally caught one of their attention. So 4:45 to go in the 3rd, 27-0 Rams in front. Chris McNamee comes out to have a word with our wide hat of Keith Henry. They have not sent him to the locker rooms yet, so now Mike Sammons is going to make the trip out, and he and Coach McNamee are going to meet on the 35-yard line right in between the hashes. I believe we are going to go under a weather delay here at Hambly. You got 2 coaches right there talking that share a wealth of head coaching experience and uber successful at their craft. Mike Sammons in his 12th season, 108 wins, 43 losses. Still looking for that illustrious first ever state championship. The Rams have gone 3 consecutive seasons. 2 of those they lost to Pikeville. The last time in Pikeville won their 3rd consecutive of their 8 that they've won. So it is 9:15. Again, we have to go 30 minutes, and they're going to send both teams to the locker rooms. So we are under a weather delay here at Hambly. 27-0. We will check back in with you in just a little bit if we have any changes. But for the moment, we are going under a weather delay here in Pikeville with the Rams in front, 27-0. Stay tuned with us here on the Total Media Sports Network. Well, back here at Pikeville, and we are still in a weather delay. So rather than sitting here watching boring, raining music, I'm going to try to throw up here on the screen. This is the replay from the show from Wednesday night, Inside Raceland Football, our first edition of the show. So if you get a chance, you get a chance to watch it here. We're going to be on the delay for a while. It's still, we just had another big clap of lightning and stuff. So we'll keep you updated in a bit. But for now, enjoy the show from Wednesday night of Inside Raceland Football with Raceland head coach Mike Sammons.
Got safety protocols? Grainger has the safety pros to call. Shop our vast inventory of safety products at Grainger.com. Call, click, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Used road tests, owner surveys, and safety ratings to name Subaru their 2025 most reliable and best overall automotive brand, and the Outback a recommended model. Safe, reliable, trusted, loved. Subaru.
Welcome to Inside Raceland Football, live on Kool TV. Over the next hour, James Collier will visit with Raceland Rams head coach Mike Sammons and players to discuss the 2025 Rams season in their quest toward another return trip to Kroger Field. Now, here's your host of Inside Raceland Football, the voice of the Rams, James Collier.
Turnover right now that's been going on, and the big thing was preparation of trying to look at game film. First week, they play the top team in the state of Kentucky in Trinity. And you come in week 2, and there was a lot of people that was on the field in week 1 that was not out there in week 2, and it really made preparation. But it was, we talked about this before the game. It was more about your preparation of you taking care of you than worrying about PRP.
Yeah, I mean, just the constant change for them, right? I mean, their scrimmage to game 1 was a turnover. Game 1 to game 2 was another, obviously, turnover. They played Trinity week 1. We saw what Trinity did last week to Frederick Douglass. I'm quite sure Trinity would do that to most teams in the state. They're a phenomenal football team and maybe even exceptional by their own standards this year. So it was a little bit unknown. We'd never been to PRP before. I'm not sure for Raceland football team, and this is year 100, we're well celebrated there, that we've ever played a Jefferson County public school. I don't know that to be factual, but we never have to my knowledge. We have played Kentucky Country Day, and at one time it was just called Country Day. Mm-hmm. But it was always a public school. It's never been a JCPS school. We played Louisville Holy Cross a couple years in semis, things like that, but never a public Jefferson County school. So that was a big step for us. And we went west, we went north, but we maybe haven't went that far west outside the playoffs. So I'm just proud of our guys. They had obviously a very phenomenal stadium. All
beautiful stadium, brand new turf surface, brand new bleachers. I mean, it was a very inviting atmosphere. And again, you hear some of the stories about some stuff that's occurred down that way, but hat tip to PRP and their staff. They were top notch. Everything was very nice and organized. It was a great atmosphere to be a part of.
Yeah, they communicated well throughout the week and very hospitable. So that was very nice to see. Very first class. Again, you're talking about their athletic director who just had a team in the state final. So he obviously knows what expectations are and how things work. And I think they'll be the first to tell you, they expect more from the football program. And I think they feel like brighter days are ahead. They just got to try to get a wrangle on their kids and try to get some continuity there. But our guys were very businesslike. We took care of business. I felt like we exploited some things. We were able to put the ball in the air some. Jake was very accurate, very on time, very on target. We made some catches. We did some things. We executed some things. We practiced. We still made our handful of mistakes. But overall, we saw a nice jump from week 1 to week 2. And again, you want to see jumps each week, and this week is no different.
You and I, we've talked throughout the week about some stuff over that game and the game plan for it. And one of the things you pointed out, and you told me this in postgame, in the Ashland game, your 3 big bodies carried the ball 50 times. Stiltner, Marucci, and Arnett touched the ball 6 times. You guys only had 14 carries.
but it was the way that the game played at Ashland, the way the game presented itself at PRP. And it kind of allows you to see both sides of the ball of what you got so far when you get ready to head down to Pikeville coming up on Friday.
Yeah, and I spoke in the past few years when our program's been elevated. We went to the finals in 17, and even since then, been elevated more consistently for the last 5 years, anyways. The power has been in our unselfishness. Our guys have been unselfish, and we've had some just outstanding football players. I mean, just phenomenal, talented players. One thing I always go back to, one stat that would probably rock most people's mind, and I'm not really a stat guy. Like I tell Jake Waller, our quarterbacks are judged on one stat, and that's how many games the team wins. But there was a game that we played, a high school football game here, that Noah Wallace, which is one of the leading rushers in school history, maybe the leading rusher, again, I don't know all that, who got 0 carries on a Friday night.
I remember that game.
And so I think when your best player at that time took on that type of unselfishness, that type of persona, then that's infectious among the team, and it also carries on through the locker room. And so that's kind of who we are and who we become, and it's been a big part of our success. And so you saw that Friday. I don't know, we had 30 snaps, I believe, or so, and those guys touched it on 6, so 1 out of 5, 20%. At Putnam Stadium, one of those 3 touched it on, I don't know, 95% of the snaps or something like that. So, it's really powers and numbers. We're really a sum of the parts. We're not really a one-headed monster or a 3-headed monster. We are what the name on the chest says. We are Raceland, and whatever gives us the best chance to be successful that night is kind of going to be our approach.
Jake, very efficient in the passing game, 9 of 13, 236 yards, 4 touchdowns. He scattered the ball around to 5 different receivers. Brigham Davidson, a nice coming out for him, and a guy that you've been able to work in the slot, move him around a little bit, but he's really come into his body this year. You can really tell, and he's a guy that he's confident with his skill, and he and Jake really made a good combo and a couple good passes last week.
Yeah, I mean, Brigham was, he's in the right place at the right time, right? He was taking advantage of his opportunities. Early on here in the preseason, where we've kind of used Jonah more in the backfield and more, so Brigham's kind of had some more opportunities at that position.
At Wayfair, we bring style to every get-together. Oh, they brought wings.
You mean these wingback chairs? Dive in, everyone. We brought plenty.
We brought the sides.
Everybody remember to leave room.
Yeah, bring that over here.
We brought the ranch.
Ooh, that looks like it's fresh from the farmhouse.
Wings and ranch? Now it's a party.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
And he's, credit to him. He's taking advantage of them. And, at Wheelersburg, he was on both sides of the ball. And this last couple of weeks, he just played offense. And, we've been using Jonah in the backfield some. But, Jake's really on target with all of his guys. I feel like he's got good chemistry with all those guys. Obviously, played with Parker most of the year last year. We really feel really confident in Bryson Rousey. Just last year, he was unhealthy. Mm-hmm. So he's moving and playing as well as he's played here his whole career. So very excited about him. Of course, you spoke about Brigham, and then you got Eli Evans, who had a big touchdown catch last week. And Eli's just a special talent. He does stuff that people don't coach, and he is as carefree as there's a kid in this building. He doesn't care if it snows oats. He wouldn't know the difference in Putnam Stadium, PRP, or Kroger Field. He just shows up and does what Eli does. There's some other guys coming on behind him. There's Scout Wilkes, who's coming in his own, getting a little healthy. I think he had a catch last week. Mm-hmm. Charlie Vanderhoof, I'm not sure if he got a catch last week, but he got some.
Done a really good job in the return game.
Yeah, he's a player that's up and coming for us in the pass game. So we feel like we got, and I don't include our running backs, we feel like we got weapons there that we can use. And I know you're a baseball guy. I'm a little baseball junkie myself, but you're going to kind of play the hot hand, right? Whoever's swinging a hot stick, especially this time of year, they're going to be in the lineup, and that's kind of who we are. Whoever comes out Friday, and maybe they're the luck of fortune, but whoever it is, we're going to ride the wave.
If you got a question for us and you're tuned in on YouTube, drop it in the chat box, and we'll try to get coached. And we'll got some players coming in here in just a little bit. We'll talk with them as well. We talked about Brigham, and you mentioned Eli. Having those two playing underneath the two seniors of Bryson and Parker, how big has that been of having those guys that are going to be the guys that are going to be taking over in those spots next year, to have two senior leaders like that?
Yeah, I think those guys have just brought a lot of steadiness to us, a lot of continuity, and you spoke about players you coming on later on the show, and Some of our linemen kind of fall in that category. And guys just more so, I guess maybe, a little bit vocal, but not really their persona. Those guys are really, example guys and really proud of how much they've grown up on and off the field, and they've matured in our program. And I think that's really what it's about, trying to develop these young men as teenagers, or young teenagers, maybe be a better way into young men. And those guys are obviously, they're counting down the months on maybe on two hands now that they graduate. And so, they've really grown and developed and matured and, developed into good young men. And so I think that's first and foremost. And then they're good young men, and it carries over in the locker room, then outside the locker room door between the white lines, and that becomes infectious. And so those guys have been real good role models for our young guys. I think they realize the talent the guys behind them possess. And again, I've talked about it. Nobody wants to be the one who lets go of the rope. And so those guys are no different. Those seniors don't want to let go of the rope. And the seniors don't want the juniors to let go of the rope, and juniors and on down. And so that's kind of how programs are built, and that's the model of consistency.
We'll talk about that senior class in just a bit, but before we get too far, nothing that we have talked about so far offensively happens without those 5 guys up front, and they are a very cohesive unit. You've got 3 of the big guys that'll be here tonight across that line, but you've got a lot of football experience across that front, and it starts right there in the middle with Carson Bowden.
Yeah, the old adage, and that's one reason you messaged me today about getting some players on the show, and I said, well, no line, no shine, right? I mean, everybody's heard me say, and people joke about it, and people don't survive rush hour, November football, people don't, dogs don't survive, and crossing the road at rush hour traffic, or teams that can't run the ball, and that comes from offensive line play. You got to be able to play offensive line, you got to be able to run the ball, you got to play defensive line, you got to be able to stop the run. And so that'll be the same Friday night, although it's a week 3 game, it's not a championship game, but that will decide the game. But it's really all about the line play and how well those guys gel together. And obviously Carson by now has, at least 30-plus starts underneath his belt, as well as some other guys around him that are really, really experienced. I think we're, Friday night we'll start maybe 4 seniors on the offensive line, if I'm thinking right off the side of my head. We do some rotations there. We'll play some other guys as well, a couple juniors and a sophomore, but I think we'll play 8 guys, will probably be our approach, but 4 of them will be seniors. And so those guys are really the heartbeat of the team. They're not going to be on the front page of the paper. Like the paper today had one of our running backs on there, and good for him. But linemen aren't going to make that cut. That's just how it works. But those guys are really the heartbeat of the team. And I think if they can serve the team, and the team relishes that and holds on to it, that's when you get something special.
You look at what you guys do defensively. A 3-4 set, and a lot of those guys up front, those 3, they take on double teams, but it's all for what those linebackers can do behind you. And they hawk to the ball, and it seems like it's year after year. You just get linebacker after linebacker after linebacker that goes and does the work, but it's still those 3 up front, they do a superb job as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret we're an odd front, right? You go 3-4, we're an odd front. We play 2 high safeties most of the time. That's kind of who we are, and I think some value in knowing who you are and what you do and what you believe in. And so I think, our consistency, our program has really helped us with that over the years. But our TNT, our nose guys, TNT is an old Coach Ross term there, we talk about that guy all the time. But, the nose guard and the 2 defensive tackles, sometimes they're called defensive ends or whatever, you really got to be tough there at the point of attack. The nose man can't get driven to level 2. Those 2 defensive ends really got to be able to control B gap. We got to get the ball out of the middle, try to get that thing running to the sideline. That's obviously the ultimate goal. And if players are running horizontal versus vertical, you feel like you got a shot. And that's kind of how we're built in simple terms. But we got 2 starters back on the defensive line. We moved Bryson from the offensive line to the defensive line. He's a returning starter on the other side of the ball, so he has some game experience. Obviously, we lost a phenomenal talent, I'm sure, no doubt, a Raceland Hall of Famer in Lyndon Salmons last year. Anytime you can take a defensive lineman, and he's the district player of the year, I think that says enough, right? I mean, in Class A football. Because most times they're going to look down through there and find out who gets the most touchdowns, and that's the district player of the year. And that's not really who we are. And so I had the big shoes to fill there. We haven't filled them completely, and we may not, but hopefully some of the parts will. And so our defensive line guys are getting better. I don't think that you could convince us that we're totally happy or satisfied with the amount of rushing yards we've given up. Albeit, I know last week was a little bit skewed in the sense that they got a long run after the clock was running against some backups and all that. But again, the standard's a standard, right? It doesn't matter who's in the game. And so those are things that we're really working hard to clean up, and we really want to control the run game. And that's something we got to continue to strive on.
On the back end last week, 2 interceptions, one for a pick six. The other one, I gave Landon Goodall a hard time at school. I said, man, you couldn't get another yard. He said, my blocker in front of me cut back in front of me, took it away. But you get 2 interceptions in one game, a pick six with Jonah, and that's a good night at the office.
Yeah, you got to create turnovers, right? That's probably the biggest improvement I saw from week 1 to week 2. Week 1 we were -2 in the turnover game. Obviously 2 fumbles in the second half kind of made the game a little bit more difficult for us than it needed to be. Last week we were +2 in the turnover game. That was a big jump. That's a 4 turnover swing from a -2 to a +2. That's the number one thing on our goal board down the hall here. It talks about the very first line takeaway battle every week. So that was good for us. I was glad to see us make an explosive play there too. I think the stats show like there's some crazy percent, like 90-some%, if you get some type of special teams return or defensive touchdown, your chances to win the game go up by like 90-some% in high school football. And so that's a big indicator. Jonah was able to score one there. We got some pressure on the quarterback, forced a bad throw. And then, Goodall got down to the, half-inch line there.
Yeah, he was right there.
The guys are giving him a hard time. But yeah, those guys have been opportunistic. Those guys really experienced. Jonah's essentially a 3-year starter now. And Goodall had 15 or so starts last year. And those guys are rock solid for us on the back end. They're going to have to be for us to make it to the last day of the season and change the silver in for a gold.
When you have guys like that on the back end with Jonah and Landon that have played so much, they're so athletic from what they can do, how much does that allow the guys in front of them to just talk to the ball the way they do?
Yeah, I think you feel like, back there you got an eraser, right? You got someone who can make you right, even if they're not right, even if they're not perfect, at least they can get the guy on the ground and we can get the next play. That's one of the big things we talk about in our program, try to get the next play, play the next play. And if you can keep them out of the end zone, you have a chance to play the next play. And we saw that at Ashland, right? They got down there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1st and goal from the 9. I think that's right. 8 minutes to go in the game or so. So let's go get the next play. Next thing you know, you get a 2nd and goal from the 5, if I remember right. Then we get ready to have a tackle for loss. We get a holding call, and then you get an incomplete pass, and then next thing you know, the tide turns in your favor. So you just got to keep going, keep playing, and those guys in the back end really make us right. Goodall kind of played middle of the field for us, and Jonah as well, just trying to share the load back there and really be sure tacklers and really run the perimeter. Again, we're going to try to get the ball out of there and get those running backs and ball carriers running horizontal, but when they do, they got to be tackled, right? And so the linebackers run inside out, but you got to have guys run outside in. And so our safeties are well schooled on that, and they practice it a lot and for a long time, and that's what we expect them to do. And so they're just doing their job when the front guys get the ball out of the middle, and the back guys are supposed to get on the ground. That's just part of the scheme.
All right, we're going to step out for our first break. When we come back, we've got some players in studio with us, or I guess in the field. It's not the studio. We turned it into a studio here tonight. We got Isaac Horsley, Carson Bowden, and Jacob Littoral. 3 men of those offensive linemen. We'll talk with them as we continue our coverage here on Inside Raceland Football on the Total Media Sports Network.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewis, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkeley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Since 1932, we've been being a part of our journey.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Borders Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland. And we're back here on Inside Raceland Football here from the Fieldhouse on the campus of Raceland Worthington High School. I'm James Collier, joined now by three members of the offensive line. I'll start here to my left, let you guys go through here and introduce yourselves.
I'm Isaac Horsley. I play right guard.
I'm Carson Bowden. I play center.
Jacob Litter. I play guard and tackle.
Guys, let's talk about you guys were hanging around when Coach and I were talking about so far everything that's been accomplished this season, the first two games, has been through the offense. It starts up front with you guys. Isaac, I'll start here with you. Setting the tone from that offensive line, how big of a task is that for you each week that you guys settle up, that you're going to, one, keep your quarterback upright, and two, make those running lanes for those guys to be able to get through?
It's a big deal knowing the whole team's kind of counting on us because we have some really good players, especially in our backfield. Stiltner, Shannon, Jonah. I mean, those are some of our biggest players, and not physically, but they get the ball a lot, touch the ball a lot. So, yeah, it's makes you a little nervous, but it makes you proud knowing the whole team's kind of leaning on us up front to just get them there and get us down the field and stuff like that. So,
Carson, everything starts with you at the center position. That's a position you've been in for quite some time. For you, kind of knowing the expectations, how big is it for you, the way that you have to play of getting everybody where they need to be on that offensive line so you guys move as one unit?
I'd say it's my main job, just really leading everybody in the right direction, making sure everybody's on the same page, and making sure we execute on first down, second down, third down, and just getting 4 yards every play. It's the biggest goal.
Jake, for you, working out on the edge, that's one of the deals of you want to take those edges away so you guys can, especially when you're trying to run the stretch plays. For you, working outside like that, how big is that?
It's a big deal. We run stretch quite a bit, and Christopher Crum beside me, he does a good job of overlapping and taking over the defensive end so I can move up to the backer. And, it's a big deal.
Now, you work out there with Crum. Isaac, you've got a guy on the other side of you that you're working with out there. You all turn and look to this guy in the middle, though. What is it about him, the way that he leads, that get you guys where you need to go?
I mean, he has really good leadership, and we can trust him. He's one of those guys on the field that if we're in trouble or we forgot something, we can always go back to Bowden, and he's got us. He's got our back all the time, and he just knows our playbook really well. And we got sometimes right tackle. We lack a little bit there, but he really steps up and helps us when we're in a tight spot. He's always got our back, and yeah, just really good leadership from him. So,
Jake, for you, what do you look at Carson that he brings to the table to keep you guys in that position?
Honestly, I was just thinking about it. If you forget what you're doing, just ask Carson. He's usually got it in his bag. And yeah, what Horsey said, we got some trouble at right tackle some. Just like remembering plays and stuff, but I mean, Carson usually helps him out as much as he can.
Carson, for you, I mean, does it add extra pressure to you of knowing that you've got guys at every position that's looking at you, and secondly, you pretty much have to know the playbook almost like the quarterback too, so you make sure everybody gets in the position they need to be in to start with?
Yeah, the pressure part. I mean, if I feel like if we mess up, our guys know if we do it wrong, we're doing 100 miles an hour. I mean, I feel like that's what we played.
Now, did you work on the offensive line any other spots before you moved into center? Or has that kind of been your niche that you've been in your high school career?
I feel like I've played center since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Just natural at it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Jake, for you, a lineman at trade, is that where you've always been? And which one have you always been out there on that tackle spot rather than guard? And which one do you like to work with?
I mean, honestly, starting out, I played center. Some freshman year, I got moved to guard. Sophomore year, I definitely was not fast enough to play tackle until starting last year. We had an injury. Garrett Elkins, he quit, but when he was here, he got injured, hurt his elbow. So I kind of just got thrown in the fire against Pikeville last year playing tackle, but we got a lot better at it. I like it. I think it's harder than guard, so I like the challenge of it.
Isaac, for you, you're inside. Do you like being inside? Don't have to worry about those edges. You just take the guys trying to come over the middle.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. I'm not going to be the fastest guy up front, but
you're very nimble on your feet.
Yeah, for a big fella. But yeah, I really like being inside. I'm always double teaming and just getting people on the ground. It's fun. I really enjoy it. So
I said the other night I was looking at the numbers up the middle, just the Carson and the two guards.
Well, back with you here from Hambly. Both teams have made their way out of the locker room. They had 15 minutes on the clock, and the official just said, put 3 up there. We got to go. So we are getting ready to get back underway here with Raceland leading in this matchup 27-0. As we welcome you back inside the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth. If you're just now joining us, Raceland leads the game 27-0. It was a 21-0 lead at the break. Rams punched in 6 more in the third, and that's currently where we stand. With 4:47 to go in the third. Raceland does have the football facing Pikeville has the football facing a 3rd down and 9. So hope that you enjoyed the first edition of Inside Raceland Football. Again, if you didn't get a chance to join the show on Wednesday, just go over to our YouTube page and you can watch the entirety show there. And then this Wednesday night, and every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, we'll be live from the field house there at the Rams Stadium, as we'll have Raceland head coach Mike Sammons as well as some players each and every week as we go through the regular season and into postseason football. And hopefully for the Rams in their 100th season, that means a trip to Kroger Field. East Carter and Boyd is in the third quarter. East Carter leading that game 22-7, but there is all kinds of weather headed that direction. Fairview beats Berea 38-0. Belfry and Johnson Central is still in the delay, as is Hazard and Prestonsburg. Mason County defeats Fleming County 36-20. Russell over West Carter 35-0. Have not seen anything from Bath and Rowan. And Portsmouth defeats Greenup 24-9. So 4:47 to play in the third. It's all Raceland. Rams can get a stop here and a score with a 2-point conversion. It'll put the running clock in away the rest of the direction. It has been a defensive stalwart effort by this Raceland Rams team as they have gotten after the quarterback early and often. Landon Goodall with his second interception of the season. Pikeville has been held to only 60 yards. And I don't know if it has ever happened that Raceland has put a running clock on the Panthers. So not many Pikeville fans left in the stands, but all the Rams fans are still here, and we are back underway here in the third quarter. The clock winds. We go inside of 4:45. Here's Reynolds rolling out to the right. Steps, throws right down the middle. He's got his man there. Jeremiah Anderson off to the races. He's down the center of the field, and he's headed to the end zone. He'll get in for 6. Touchdown, Pikeville. And the Panthers come out of the locker room and find pay dirt, 61 yards on the pitch and catch. And the Panthers are on the board. Anderson went right down the middle, and nobody was near him, and it was a foot race for the final 30 yards, and he was untouched until he got to the 5. So Sanchez for the extra point attempt. Ball is back. No, it is not. We get people moving. The ball never snapped. And we get offsides on Raceland. Now the question is, will they accept, or they're not going to accept the penalty, so they'll just take and kick it again. So Pikeville is on the board, 27-6. As they hit a home run ball, they just doubled their offensive total on the evening on one play. Snap is back. This one is up and is through. 27-7. Pikeville's on the board. Raceland gets the ball when we return after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Borders Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Luce, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Back inside the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth, kickoff fielded Charlie Vanderhoof, far side 20-yard line. Little stutter step as he gets to the 30, and the pile falls forward, and that's where the Rams will take over. After the Pikeville Panthers find the end zone for the first time in the contest. See if he takes him to 33 or 34. They're going to take him out to the 34-yard line. 4:25 to play in the third after a lengthy weather delay of just right at about an hour. We started at 9:15. That last drive for the Panthers, 3 plays, 77 yards, 1 minute, 38 seconds, although it truly took about an hour total for that drive to culminate from start to finish. Here's Waller on first down and 10. The take, the give, as Marucci goes right up the gut with a head of steam and falls forward for a nice gain on first down. He'll get out to the 39 on a gain of 5, second down and 5. Far side hash mark for the Rams. We had maybe a sprinkle of rain. That was about it. Mostly just lightning and thunder that held us up for just over an hour. Second and 5 for the Rams now. Waller from the gun. He'll bark forward with an offset pistol. The take, the give, as Marucci goes right up the gut again, and he'll only get a yard. Third down and 4 coming up. Excuse me, that was Landon Stiller, my mistake. So Coleman on the stop for the Panthers. 3rd and 4. Raceland on the evening. On third downs, 3 for 7. Stiltner in the backfield with an H-back of Marucci. Fires this one out to Eisen. Eisen makes the grab, diving forward, and he surges forward for a Johnson chiropractic first down as he gets across the 45. Little bubble screen out to the senior. They're going to give him the 46-yard line. Here's a handoff, Arnett. Arnett gets out to the 48-yard line on a gain of 2, 2nd down, 8. Approaching 2 minutes to go in the third. Rams in front by 20. Raceland 282 yards of total offense, averaging 279 coming in. Split backs for Waller from the gun. The take to give to Arnett again. Arnett right up the gut as he goes across midfield and dives forward, and it'll be 3rd down and short. Take him down to the 47. That's going to be a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Boyd County's closed within 8 at 22-13 with East Carter. Arnett in the backfield with Waller on 3rd down. The take to give to Arnett, and he gets met in the backfield as getting home is Colin Wright, as he got great penetration, nearly untouched, as Arnett will lose a couple, and it's 4th down. They'll go back to the Pikeville 49, and it's 4th and 5 from near midfield. Raceland 0 for 1 on 4th down tries tonight. They failed on their first drive of the ballgame. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Split backs for Waller from the gun. Pikeville showing blitz. Now Waller turns and looks to the sideline. Play clock's at 15. Arnett and Marucci in the backfield. And let's see if the Rams are going to take this time down with just inside of a minute to play in the third and burn a timeout and try to kick this one away and pin Pikeville deep. So Raceland's head coach, Mike Sammons, in his 12th season. One of the longest tenured head coaches in the history of the program in 100 seasons. Bill Tom Ross, obviously the longest man there. Randy Vanderhoof. And then Coach Sammons took over back in 2014 after working as an assistant for T.J. Maynard. Has guided his team to 4 state championship bids. The last 3 consecutive years, they've gone to Kroger Field on the first Friday in December. And they're hoping this year to make another trip back to that mark and trade in some silver for gold. One of their longtime rivals, Paintsville, got their one and only state title when they cashed in the COVID year, winning down in Lexington. So the Rams will go to the punt unit, as back for the Panthers is Cole Sloan and Harrison Fields. Waller gets another one. Sloan will call for the fair catch at about the 15. Let's see, they're going to put him, looks like at the 17-yard line. So 32-yard kick, no return, 31 seconds to play in the third. This is a big series in the complexity of this game. It's still a 20-point deficit for the Panthers, but a touchdown here and certainly would make things a little more tighter than they need to be. So Reynolds on 1st and 10, starts with Justice in his back pocket. He wants to throw. Pressure coming off the edge, rolling out right, looking right, being chased by Headley, trying to go downfield. He's got his man there of Mikey Hager, who gets behind Bryson Rousey and holds it in for a first down for the Panthers. They'll take him out to the 41-yard line on a gain of 24 as Reynolds goes over the century mark on the night. 10 of 12 for 109 yards. This will be the final play of the third quarter. If the Panthers get it in, they're going to have to hustle. Game clock is at 5 when they break the huddle, and I don't know if they're going to get it away. They get it off to Justice. Justice right up the gut, and off to the races he goes. Marushi's trying to bottle him up on the far sideline. I think the Rams thought that the horn had sounded, and Justice just ran past everybody. And all of a sudden, out of the long timeout, the Panthers have something cooking here as we head to the fourth and final stanza at Hambly, as Justice takes it down to the 21-yard line on a gain of 38, and that's how the third stanza will conclude. Fourth quarter when we return after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Back at the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth. First down and 10 for the Panthers from the Raceland 21 after Jaden Justice rolls off 38 yards as the horn sounded to put the Panthers knocking on the red zone door. The take to give to Justice. Justice bouncing it out to the left side. Jackson King wraps him up. Bryson Toole is there as well, and penalty markers fly on the end. This may be going backward for the Panthers. So Justice gets the 20. This is headed backward 15. Never mind, of course, it's against Raceland. It has been all night long. So half the distance to the goal. We'll take it down to the 10. It'll make it a first and goal for the Panthers. So the first 15 seconds gone, and the Panthers trying to close the gap, trailing by 20. First and goal. Here's the give to Justice. Justice bounces it out to the outside edge, and he gets gang tackled by a wall of white jerseys. They'll give him a gain of 1 down to the 9, second and goal from there. For those of you keeping track at home, Raceland has been flagged 10 times tonight for 87 yards. Pikeville 4 for 30. Raceland coming into the game had been flagged twice in 2 games. 1 minute gone here in the fourth and final stanza. 27-0. Pikeville answers out of the lightning delay with a big home run ball to Jeremiah Anderson. And then Jaden Justice cracks one to end the third quarter for 38 yards. And Pikeville threatening to put 2 quick scores on the board after being down 27. Here's another give to Justice. Finds a hole right up the middle. Logan Lockwood meets him in the middle. He'll get down to the 5. It's third and goal from the 5 for the Panthers. So Justice now with 61 yards on 13 totes. Came into the game, 21 carries for 81 yards and a touchdown. So 3rd and goal from the 5, approaching 10 minutes to play in the contest. Rams in front 27-7. Ball right between the hash marks, driving toward the end zone closest to the trees, opposite of the field house. Justice starts in the backfield in an offset pistol look with Anderson to the right of Reynolds from the gun. The low snap, the give to Justice, tries to go to the outside edge. Marucci is there, trying to fend off Arnett, and the Rams stymie the Panthers. It's 4th and goal. No gain on the play. So 4th and goal. The Panthers have failed on their only 4th down try tonight. They'll maybe give him a half yard as it just noses across the 5 short of the 4. Raceland on the season, 2 of 9 on 4th down tries defensively they've given up. The Panthers offense will stay on the field. Big 4th down opportunity here for the Panthers. Reynolds comes from the sideline. They break the huddle with 15 on the play clock. He'll send out 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Justice stays in the backfield. Anderson as the H-back, and now Chris McNamee wants to burn a timeout to talk things over. So 9:11 to go in the ball game. Timeout Pikeville. And trying to cap off on another big drive. This is their longest sustained drive of the game. The most plays they had executed prior to this drive was their first drive of the game. 5 plays for 12 yards resulted in a punt. This drive, 7 plays, 78 yards, 2 minutes, 33 seconds, which is their longest sustained drive for the entirety of the contest. They had 60 yards of offense when we stopped play due to the lightning delay. Since then, 10 plays, 165 yards of offense. Over 100 of those coming on 2. The 61-yard touchdown pass from Reynolds to Anderson, and then the 38-yard run from Jaden Justice that put Pikeville in the position they're in for the moment. And for those of you who remember that 2023 win, Pikeville had a 4th down and goal in this same end zone. The Rams up 7-6, and they made a stop. Can they do it again? Trying to stymie the Panthers on 4th and goal from their Rams 5-yard line. Ball between the hashes, nestled a little closer to the left than the right. 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. That's Hager and Fields. Sloan up top. Max Burton on him. 9:11 to go on arrested clock on the Panthers timeout. 4th and goal. Reynolds puts a man in motion. That's Fields near to far. Reynolds rolling out, looking right, wanting to throw. Zips it over to the near side. He's got his man there. He's into the end zone for 6. And the Panthers get the touchdown. It's Mikey Hager. And the Panthers have closed to within a couple of scores on an 8-play track in this one. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
That last drive, 8 plays, 83 yards, 3 minutes, 24 seconds. And it finishes with a 5-yard touchdown pass from J.J. Reynolds to Mikey Hager. Extra point is good. 27-14 is our scores. We welcome you back here to the welcome back in here to the broadcast booth. And an onside kick by the Panthers. They've recovered. And everything out of the timeout from the lightning delay has come up maroon. And you kind of had to feel that that was coming, as everything right now is leaning in the favor of the home team. So they'll take over at the Rams 47 after 2 quick scores. And the offense back out on the field. Reynolds from the gun. The play action, rolling out to the right. Throws right. That one's knocked down and incomplete. And a penalty marker flies on the backside. You've got to be kidding me. Bryson Rousey came from behind, knocked it down. And, of course, the penalty marker flies for against the Rams tonight, the 11th time for the pass interference. Wow. So make it 1st and 10 now to the 32. Raceland tonight, 11 penalties for 102 yards. Reynolds moving guys around. He'll put Fields into the slot far side. Reynolds pumps, looking right, coming back right. Wants to throw. Has his man, Quentin Warren, and that ball's incomplete. 2nd down. 8:54 to go in the contest. 27-14, Rams leading it. But the Panthers have put up 14 unanswered out of the lightning delay. And we have ourselves a ball game here at Hambly. 2nd down and 10 from the Rams 32. After an onside kick was recovered at the 47 and then a 15-yard pass interference call against the Rams, moved it down to the 32-yard line. Twin set for Reynolds with Justice in his left pocket. The take to give to Justice, and he gets met immediately, and penalty markers flying all over the place. Headley got him up high. There was a penalty marker flew in first. It may have been a hold. We may get offsetting here. I doubt it. We'll wait to see. Headley got him up high. There was a penalty marker flew before that, which typically comes in the area of a hold. And that is. So a hold and a face mask. They'll offset. We'll replay the down. So we'll stay 2nd down and 10 from the 32. 8:50 on arrested clock. Raceland 27, Pikeville 14. In this 21st all-time meeting between these two teams that are celebrating their 100th anniversary in program history. It started back in 1926. Pikeville with those 8 state championships. Raceland still searching for their first. Trying to snap a 2-game losing streak and looking for their 7th win in the meeting all-time between these two. Reynolds loses the ball, tries to get free, throws it near sideline and throws it out of bounds. And they're looking for intentional grounding. They're pointing toward a receiver. He was nowhere within the numbers. He was on the outside of the numbers they're trying to say that was the intended receiver. It was Mikey Hager. Either way, the pass goes incomplete. It's 3rd down. Raceland was looking for an intentional grounding. The ball went into the Panthers sideline, and the closest receiver in the area was Hager, who was standing over top of the numbers toward the seam. So 8:23 to go, clock rested. 4th and final stanza. The Rams looking for a big 3rd down stop here. With the Panthers on the Rams 32. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Anderson and H-back. Play action, Reynolds. Sets his feet, comes near sideline, goes up top. Hager holds it inside the 20 and moves the sticks. And another Panthers 1st down. Beautifully thrown ball there by J.J. Reynolds. Now let's see where they take him down to. They'll take him down to the 17. So a gain of 15. Pikeville picks up their 8th first down of the ball game. And they're inside the red zone. Hager goes out of bounds, so the clock will rest with 8:17 to go in the contest. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Play action, Reynolds. Pressure coming off the edge. Reynolds rolling out to the left. Toole trying to chase him down, getting the edge is Reynolds. He's going to get hemmed up and finally knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. Jackson King had an angle to him and let him go. And he gets the turn around the corner and picks up a nice gain. Looked like he was going to lose or maybe just get back to the line of scrimmage, and instead he's going to get down to around the 11-yard line on a gain of 6. And man, how things have changed out of the delay. It was all Raceland for the first almost 3 quarters of this ball game. It was 27-0 when we went into the lightning delay. And it has been nothing besides Pikeville out of that break. Looking for 21 unanswered. 2nd down and 4 from the Rams 11. Play action Reynolds. Throws it out near side. He's got Warren here. Warren cuts back inside. He's down inside the 10 to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. They're going to put him at the 6. So a gain of 5 either way, 1st and goal for the Panthers. And they cashed in right here on their last trip on 4th down. And what little bit of fans that are still hanging around for Panthers have started to make a little noise here. Most people took off at the lightning delay, and the ones that left have certainly missed a comeback from the ages as the Rams look stuck in quicksand right now. From the near side hash mark, Reynolds on 1st down and goal. Play action, looking to the back corner. He's going towards Sloan. That ball is caught. No, it falls out of his hands as he doesn't survive it to the ground. It's incomplete, 2nd and goal. Only the 5th incomplete pass for Reynolds. Clock rest with 7:12 to go. Reynolds checks in with his longtime head coach of Chris McNamee on the near sideline. 27-14, Raceland now clinging to a 13-point edge. Pikeville trying to make it 3 scores unanswered and make this a 1-possession game. They give it off to Justice. Justice angles off to the right, gets down inside the 5. He'll get down to maybe the 2, and it's 3rd and goal. So a gain of 4 makes it 3rd and goal from the 2 on the near side hash mark as we go across the 7-minute mark left in regulation. Pikeville taking their time from the sideline as the junior quarterback gets the signal and hustles back to his team huddle. He'll get there with 20 seconds on the play clock. They usually break the huddle at 15, and that's exactly what they do. He'll send Fields and Sloan out wide to the left. Anderson's an H-back. Justice to the left pocket of Reynolds. They give it off to Justice. Justice diving forward. He stood up at the goal line, and he's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and goal from inside the 1. So 4th and goal from inside the 1. The ball is at that famous 1/2 yard line. Inside of 6 to play. Pikeville looking for their 2nd score and a 4th and goal. This one from inside the 1 yard line, near side hash mark. Justice stays in the left pocket of Reynolds. The take to give. Justice gets through and slips into the end zone. Touchdown, Pikeville. And the Panthers, an extra point away from making this a 1-score game with a chance to take the lead with another touchdown. Jaden Justice slips in. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, but then got past the would-be tackler. And Pikeville with 20 unanswered out of the lightning delay. And it is 27-20 with 5:32 to play in regulation. Santes for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 27-21, 5:32 to play in regulation. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Since 1932, we've part of our journey.
Back at the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth, 27-21, 5:32 to go in regulation as Pikeville capitalizes on their third consecutive touchdown drive. 9 plays, 47 yards, 3 minutes, 34 seconds. Another onside kick, and Pikeville recovers. Back-to-back onside kicks. It hit Jonah Arnett in the hands, and the Panthers recover at midfield and a chance to go down and take the lead. Unbelievable what is happening here right now. They'll have the football right at midfield with 5:30 to go. It was all Raceland for the first 2 and almost 3/4 quarters. We went into a lightning delay at 9:15. We returned at about 10:20, and it's been nothing but Panthers since. So that Rams defense, who has been stuck on the field for quite some time, back out there again. Here's Justice, springs a big run, spins in the center of the field, and puts the football on the turf. Who comes away with it is the question. Headley had it for a moment, but then it looked like it squirted away from him. They're trying to uncover the pile to see who has the football. And the Panthers will hang on to the football after Justice puts it on the turf. But Jaden Justice running with a head of steam. And we got a player down for Pikeville at the end of the play with 5:21 to go. I believe that's Anderson who is down. Jeez, oh, Pete. If you had a 27-point turnaround on your bingo card, you're a winner tonight. So make it 1st down and 10 from the Raceland 40. As we approach the 5-minute mark to go in regulation, a score and an extra point here would put Pikeville in the lead. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Play action Reynolds. Reynolds looking right, wants to go for the home run ball. That one's over top, nearly picked off as Jonah Arnett was there but could not get his fingertips on it as the pass falls incomplete, 2nd down. Arnett needed about another step to haul that one in. And what it would have been a huge turnover as the Rams need something to get the momentum back on their sideline. They've missed 2 golden opportunities after Justice put it on the turf. And then a deep ball there from Reynolds that got away from him and nearly gave Raceland back the football as they need to get their defense off of the field. They have basically been on the field since we resumed play with 4:47 to go in the 3rd. Play clock stopped at 4:53. Twin set for Reynolds. The low snap play action, zips it out near side. Anderson right through his mitts, incomplete. 3rd and 10. 4:49 to go in the ball game. Pikeville tonight on 3rd down, 3 of 10. They've cashed in on 2 4th down conversions. Both of those for touchdowns on 4th and goal. From the Rams 40, 3rd down and 10. Reynolds rolling out left. Pressure coming off from behind. Turns back into the middle of the field. And he's going to be hit and knocked down for a loss. Getting there was Jackson King and Logan Lockwood with a sack. And they go back behind the sticks on a loss of 2. Make it 3 back to the 43. .424 as the clock continues to tick away. The offense staying on the field for the Panthers, looking at a 4th and 13. They need the Rams 30 to move the sticks. Maybe the biggest play of the night right here. Can the Rams defense make a play? Play action Reynolds, surveying, rolling out right, looking, steps up in the pocket, throws near side, and airmails his intended receiver of Hager. And the Rams defense makes a stand on 4th down and 13, and they'll get the football back with just inside of 4 minutes to play. And that might be the little bit of momentum that the Rams needed to get things going again after looking lethargic at best coming out of the timeout from the hour-plus long lightning delay. So they'll take over on their own 43. Pikeville has one timeout, as does Raceland. Stiltner and Marucci start in the backfield, flanking Waller from the gun on the near side hash mark on 1st down and 10. The take, the give to Stiltner. Stiltner trying to bounce it to the outside, finds a crease, gets upended after he goes across the 45. He'll be out near midfield. A nice run for Landon Stiltner on 1st down as he gets out to the 48-yard line on a gain of 5. 2nd down 5 for the Rams. Stiltner, 12 carries for 92 yards tonight, 34 of those going on a house call. Inside of 3.5, the Rams trying to bleed out this clock. This is feeling ever so much like Ashland, except for they don't need points. They just need to sustain. Waller bleeding out every second of that clock he can. Another give to Stiltner. Stiltner with a head of steam off that right side. He'll pick up 4. It'll be 3rd and 1. Down to the 48-yard line of the Panthers. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Raceland tonight, 4 of 9 on 3rd down tries. Ball on that far side hash mark where it's been in this drive for the Rams. What a ball game this has turned out to be as we go inside of 3 minutes to go in regulation. 2:40 and change now, counting as it ticks across as the Rams break the huddle with 15. 2 receivers stacked wide to the left. I formation for the Rams as Waller crawls up under center. The take to give as they give it to Marucci as he dives forward, and he should have plenty enough to move the sticks. The second surge from the offensive line, a little tush push, if you will, moves the sticks and a Johnson chiropractic 1st down. They'll take him down to the 45. That'll be a gain of 3. And we got a player down for Raceland, as that's the center, Carson Bowden. Injury timeout for the Rams. Will step out as well. Back after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is, and that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Bowden help to the sideline. The Rams will go with a quarterback sneak as Waller gets stood up as he gets into the hole. Penalty markers fly from the near side. Clock will rest with 2:04 to go in regulation. And let's see what we get. They're already looking like they're going to walk this off for the Raceland Rams, which is not a shocker. And a false start on Raceland. So push it back. It should go to the 50. Excuse me, no, it'll be... Yeah, it should go to the 50-yard line. So make it 1st and 15 from somehow the 49-yard line, which should have gone to the 50. I have no idea. Here's handoff Arnett. He gets blown up in the backfield. So Arnett goes behind the 45. They'll take him down to the 44. It's a loss of 5, and it's 2nd and 21. And a timeout by Pikeville. It's their final timeout with 1:43 to play. 27 points for the Raceland Rams. They led it 21-0 at the half. They got a third-quarter touchdown to make it 27. That got things to where it was looking grim for the Panthers that they may get into a running clock situation. Then the lightning delay, after we had lightning flashing for well over an hour over the facility, the referees finally stopped play. We stopped play for nearly an hour. We come back, and the Lightning was Pikeville. 3 consecutive scoring drives that they marched right down the field, getting 2 onside kicks on the back sides of those. 77, 83, and 47-yard drives to get themselves right back in this ball game. And they've got the Rams stuck behind the sticks on 2nd and 21 from the Rams 44. Raceland tonight, 12 penalties for 108 yards. Pikeville has been flagged for 30. 1:43 to go. Pikeville cannot stop the clock anymore. Here's a handoff. Marucci slips a tackle, lowers the shoulder. He'll get back up near midfield. And no, I guess Pikeville has another timeout apparently. And now the fans are starting to get a little restless on both sides. There's no love lost either way in this one. So Marucci gets it out to the 47-yard line. So it's 3rd and 18. 95 seconds to go. And, of course, Raceland's just going to try to keep this one on the ground and keep the clock moving. I believe Pikeville is out of timeouts now. So barring a big first down conversion here, Pikeville is going to get the football back with an opportunity late. Fans, and they're passionate about high school football. Sometimes it is comical. You got to give them the credit. They love their teams. All right, so 95 seconds to go. Ball far side hash mark. Waller from the gun with 2 backs on each hip. Pikeville showing blitz. Here they come. They give it off to the tailback as Marucci falls forward out near midfield. So they'll give him out to the 49 on a gain of 2. And it's 4th down. So the Rams will be able to take this one inside of right at 40 seconds before they have to do anything with it. And honestly, at this point, they could take a delay of game and take 5 yards and give Jake Waller a little bit of extra distance to kick it. He can hang one down, but he's definitely going to try to angle this one and put it to where the return man can't get underneath it with a head of steam. Harrison Fields is the only man back deep. So they take it down and take their final timeout. So 51.5 seconds to go. And Pikeville will get the football back with roughly about 45-ish seconds or so to go in the contest. A touchdown and an extra point will win it. They were all for dead, and they came out of the locker room a new team. What a ball game this has turned out to be. There was a lot of people that went home in that lightning delay thinking this game was all but done. And what they have missed, if you're a Pikeville fan, is a magical comeback. So Waller tonight has booted it 4 times, averaging nearly 36 a kick. He needs a good one here to hang it in, put him back inside the 30. They come after him. He hangs a dandy as this one's going to be fair caught inside the 15. And Waller does it again to come the length of the field, and now the officials are talking about something as both teams are coming to the sides. And I believe that we have had an inadvertent whistle. And we are going to re-kick this. So now they've got to get the clock reset. Mike Sammons is asking for an explanation as he's meeting with the white hat tonight of Keith Henry. I promise you this one thing, this referee crew tonight will not be receiving any Christmas cards from Rams fans. So after pinning Pikeville at their own 14, we get an inadvertent whistle, and we will re-kick. And first they have to get the clock reset. The clock! 51-5, that's the number that was on there before, so they will get the clock reset. Some moments are just too big for some people in stripes. And this is one of them right here. An inadvertent whistle on one of the biggest plays of the game. All right, so we'll try it again. Waller gets a dandy as he hangs this one high. It'll take a bounce, though, favoring Pikeville, and will come to rest at their 24. So 41 and a half seconds. They have no timeouts remaining, and they have to go the length of the field, needing a touchdown and an extra point to win it. A touchdown will at least tie it. And you'd have to think at this point you're going to have to use the air attack in some form or fashion. Here's Reynolds on first down, drops it, slings it out near side Hager. Hager makes a man miss, comes inside and gets pushed out of bounds by Bryson Rousey. You got to be careful. Don't touch him too much. They'll throw a penalty marker. So Hager will get across the 30, right out to the 35, it looks like. The 34 maybe. Yeah, they'll put him 34. Either way, it's a first down. And now we've got a penalty marker on the far sideline. Now they're looking like they're going to walk this off against Pikeville. No, now they got too many men on the field. They pointed toward Raceland. They pointed the wrong way. Oh, my God. Now they're walking the wrong direction. Wow. So it's too many men on the field. And we put it out to the 39-yard line now. I'm beyond belief of what is happening here. So first down and 10. Reynolds throws it out near sideline. He's got his man there as it's out to Harrison Fields. So he'll take it out to the 46-yard line as they take it across the midfield stripe on a gain of 15. 32 seconds to go. Clock rested as Fields gets out of bounds. Can the Rams defense stand tall one more time here this evening? Reynolds has looked efficient, 16 of 24 for 160. He moves Anderson from far side to near. That's the boundary of the right. Rolls out, throws near side, got his man there again. It's Harrison Fields. He makes the catch, gets out of bounds. And another big chunk play as they get down inside the 40. They'll take him down to the 37 on a gain of 9, make it 2nd down and 1 actually. Thought he had stepped out just over that mark, so 2nd down and 1 now. 28.3 seconds to go. $13 penalties for 113 yards tonight. So a minute or 28 seconds to go from the Rams 37, 2nd down and 1. Reynolds rolling out, looking right, sets his feet, pressure coming up the middle, now rolling left. Trying to get rid of it. Throws up a Hail Mary, going down the center. He's got his man at the end zone and hauls it in for 6. Harrison Fields, touchdown Pikeville. You have got to be kidding me. He threw up a Hail Mary, and somehow Harrison Fields, between double coverage, hauls it in with 16 seconds to go. And Pikeville has tied this game at 27, an extra point away from taking the lead with 16 seconds to play. And Raceland takes the timeout. 4:47 to go in the third, And Raceland was leading 27-0. Pikeville has come from the pits of death, and they have the number 1 team in Class Single A sitting on the brink of the upset of the I would say the ages. Steven Gonzalez-Santez, 6 of 6 on PAT attempts on the season coming into this game. He's hit 3 tonight. And a missed extra point right now looms in the balance by Raceland of taking a 1-point lead. So Santez, the kick is up and is good, and Pikeville leads this one 28-27 with 16 seconds to go in the ball game. Unreal. What a comeback from the Panthers. And now Raceland, with no timeouts, will have to find a way to either get this into a position for a long field goal attempt or a home run ball to try to get the win. I have never seen anything like this in my life in a live setting. Unbelievable. 28-27. Pikeville has 28 unanswered points. The last drive, 4 plays, 76 yards, 24 seconds is all they needed. And they go down with the home run ball as they throw up the Hail Mary toward the end zone, and somehow Harrison Fields runs underneath it for his second touchdown of the season, a 37-yarder, as J.J. Reynolds has gone over 200 yards in the ballgame. And it is 28-27 Pikeville with 16.4 seconds to play. You will not see an onside kick here. Vanderhoof and Ison deep. And this is one of those things, too. If you start a return, if you get bottled up, you got to get down. You cannot afford to dance around. Santes hangs this one high. It will go into the end zone and a touchback. So Raceland will have it with 16 seconds to go. They would need to get it down to about the Pikeville 25 to give Waller a kick opportunity to win it. Neither team with a timeout remaining. .447 to go in the third. Raceland led it 27-0. And it has been a Pikeville comeback for the ages. And they are 16 seconds away from taking down the top team in Class Single A. And what will be one of the biggest upsets ever. Not because of Pikeville is the underdog, it's the fact that they were down 27 points and looked like they were about ready to get a running clock hung on them. Here's Waller. Wants to throw it deep. He's going to the far sideline, and that ball's picked off. Mikey Hager picks it off, takes it down the far sideline, and he's going to get in for the pick six, and that's going to do it. Pikeville has scored 33 unanswered, and the pick six for Mikey Hagar is going to send Raceland home on the losing side of one of the biggest upsets that I've ever witnessed in my life. Hager hauls it in. And turns it into 6. Santes for the extra point. 35 unanswered. Unbelievable. I'm beyond words. Because I have not seen anything like this in person. The only thing that comes to mind in this one is the Houston Oilers, the Buffalo Bills, when they were down 41-3, I believe it was, or 38-3. Never have I seen anything like this in person, though. 35 points, all unanswered. With 4:47 to go in the third, Pikeville trailed 27-0. Santes hangs this one high. Ison fields it at the 2. He'll take it up the far sideline. He's got to get down on the ground. Ball comes out. It's over on the far sideline. Clock's at 0s, and that's your ball game. Pikeville takes down Raceland 35-27. Postgame show when we return after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is, and that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella.
Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles.
Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Borders Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Luce, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Final score in this one as we welcome you back to the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth. Pikeville, 35 unanswered, coming out of the weather delay, and they defeat Raceland 35-27. Let's take you back through this one. Raceland finds the end zone in the first quarter late, 2:50 to go in the first. Jake Waller connects with Jonah Arnett on a 33-yard touchdown strike, 7-0 Raceland. We go to the second quarter with the Rams in front 7-0. This time Jake Waller hooks up with Shannon Marucci on a 10-yard ball. Extra point is true, 14-0 Rams. Raceland would add to it about 1 minute later. This time Landon Stiltner gets free for 34 yards. Extra point is true, 21-0 Raceland in the locker room. We start the third quarter. This time Jake Waller gives it off to Stiltner, and he goes to the end zone for the second time in the contest. 20 yards. Extra point misses with 6:17 to play in the third, and how big of a point it would be that we would find out later in the ball game. We get to 4:47 to play in the third, and that's when things would come to a screeching halt. After we played under lightning for over an hour, somehow the lightning finally makes us stop, and we stopped for over an hour. We returned to play about an hour and 5 minutes later, and when we came back to play, it was nothing but the Pikeville Panthers making a comeback from the ages. With 4:31 to go in the third, on the first play from scrimmage when we resumed play, J.J. Reynolds hooks up with Jeremiah Anderson on a 61-yard scamper, 27-7. Panthers are on the board. We head to the fourth quarter, and the Rams still in front by 20, but the Panthers go back to work. This time, J.J. Reynolds finds Mikey Hager on a 5-yard touchdown strike on 4th down and goal. Extra points true, 27-14. The Panthers go for another onside kick. They recover this one near midfield. This time they go right down the field, and on 4th down and goal again, Jaden Justice slips in from 1 yard out. 5:32 to play in the ball game. It's a 6-point lead for the Rams. Then with 16 seconds to go in what looked to be maybe the last couple of plays that was going to have happen in the fourth and final stanza, J.J. Reynolds lets one fly on 3rd down and long, and he finds Harrison Fields, who runs underneath it in between 2 Rams for a 37-yard touchdown. Extra point is true, 28-27. Pikeville takes the lead with 16 seconds to play in the ballgame. And then on the ensuing possession, Jake Waller throws an interception on the far sideline. Mikey Hager jumps in front of it and runs untouched into the end zone as he returns at 35 yards for the score. 35-27, your final. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll look at our numbers. We'll talk with head coach Mike Simmons and wrap things up here tonight from Pikeville. Tough one tonight for the Rams. They fall 35-27. We continue our coverage in postgame after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and Onside pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting.
Final scores, we welcome you back here to the Ram Pharmacy broadcast booth. Pikeville 35, Raceland 27. Let's take you through our numbers here. Raceland tonight, 11 first downs. They were 5 of 11 on third down tries, 0 of 1 on fourth down tries. 297 total yards of offense for the Rams, 146 through the air, 151 on the ground. Flagged 13 times for 113 yards. That is a huge number in the comparison chamber. One turnover, the interception there at the end. They punted the ball 5 times tonight, an average of 34 yards, had the football for 22 minutes and 24 seconds. Pikeville, 14 first downs in the ball game. They were 3 of 11 on third down. They were 2 of 4 on fourth down tries. 304 total yards of offense, 206 through the air, 98 on the ground. 4 penalties for 30 yards. They turned it over twice, an interception and a fumble. They punted the ball 4 times, 28.2 yards, had it for 25 minutes and 36 seconds. Individual numbers look like this. Jake Waller, 11 of 15 for 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Shannon Marucci, 12 carries for 32. Landon Stiltner, 2 touchdown runs, 13 carries for 96. His long one of 34. Waller, 1 for 2. Jonah Arnett, 8 for 21. Receiving, Shannon Marucci, 1 for 10. He had a touchdown grab. Brigham Davidson had 1 catch for 10. Parker Ison, 4 for 52. Jonah Arnett, 2 for 44 and a touchdown. Eli Evans, 2 for 28. Charlie Vanderhoof, 1 for 2. J.J. Reynolds, 18 of 26, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns in the winning effort. He rushed 10 times for 18 yards. Jaden Justice, 17 carries for 76, a touchdown run. Jeremiah Anderson, 2 runs for 4 yards. Mikey Hagar, 6 catches for 77 and a touchdown. Quentin Warren, 1 for 5. Harrison Fields has the go-ahead touchdown win, 5 for 66. Cole Sloan, 1 for 1. Gage Burgett, 3 for -5. Jaden Justice, 1 for 1. Jeremiah Anderson, 1 for 61. Put it all together, 35-27, your final. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up, try to grab Coach Mike Sammons if we can make it up here with him before we sign off and get ready to head back home. Tough loss here for the Rams on the road, 35-27. We continue after this on the Total Media Sports Network.
How does the Glockner family of dealerships make car buying easy? It's simple. Because we monitor competitors' websites daily, we're able to offer you the lowest live market prices. We also know how valuable your time is. And that's why we have the fastest sales process in the business. And our Glockner guarantee means your new vehicle is protected for life.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Final score again, as Pikeville wins it 35-27. It's time for our Johnson Chiropractic Player of the Game. When joint and muscle pain slow you down, let dog get your body realigned. 606-473-5151. A lot of guys that you could go with here. I'm going to go with kind of torn between two. I thought at the moment it was a big changing part of the event on the defensive side. I'm going to go with Landon Goodall. He got his second interception of the night, or of the season, on a big interception that the Rams went down and cashed it in for points. That made it 21-0. So the player of the game tonight, senior Landon Goodall, brought to you part by Dr. Shannon Johnson. That's it for us here this evening. Coach ain't going to make it up, so I'll have to go down and talk to him on the field. But I'll be with you tomorrow morning right here at 10 o'clock on the Total Media Sports Network and Hank FM 105.7. I'll break everything down from tonight, and we'll break it down on Inside Raceland Football Wednesday night at 7 right here on Kool TV. Have a good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in with us and staying with us throughout the entirety of the event. Again, Pikeville comes from behind, down 27-0. They win it 35-27. They move to 2-1 on the season. The Rams fall to 2-1. They're at home next week as they bring in Mercer County. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for tuning in. For everyone at the Total Media Sports Network, I'm James Carr. Saying so long, everyone.
Thank you for watching another Raceland Rams football broadcast on Kool TV. This broadcast of Raceland Rams football has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Total Media Sports Network and Kool TV.